Exiled Archon presents a Ghost Logic game.
Hi, Allie.
Welcome back to Saturday Night Pulp Cthulhu. It's Florida Green. This is Florida Green episode 8. We are beneath the Ebony fire tonight. I'm going to kick it off with just a light-hearted banter question. Gauge us a little bit. Let's start with Allie. Allie, have you ever been snorkeling or scuba diving before? Like in real life?
I have, yes.
Did you like it? Was it something you enjoyed?
I went snorkeling and I did enjoy it once I got the hang of it. It's a lot harder to get the breathing down than you would think.
Yeah. You gotta stay calm, keep your face under the water, which is not something that you do when you're trying to survive.
Yeah.
Archon, have you ever been snorkeling or scuba diving?
I've done snorkeling. I've never done scuba diving.
No scubas.
Although in reality, the snorkeling was done in a lake where you cannot actually see, so it was pretty pointless, and I was pretty young.
Allie, where'd you do your snorkeling?
Cancun.
See, that's a little bit better. There's a lot to see in the water in Cancun.
Lots of turtles and stingrays.
Oh, nice. The water's like really nice and clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Kizik, you ever been snorkeling or scuba diving?
I have one bad ear that has a dysfunctioning eustachian tube, and I've got a permanent tube in one ear, and I can't get that wet. I use a earplug plus silly putty plus a cap, and with all of that, I love swimming deep in the water, even though it's terrible for me. And if I get water in my ear, like I have a sinus infection instantly, because instead of it getting in my sinuses, it's in like my tubes that don't exist, and I never can equalize pressure. It's weird and terrible, but I love swimming, and I love being really low in the water and feeling that pressure for whatever probably autistic reasons that are very satisfying to me.
And cocaine, dude. Like, damn.
No, I feel that. You feel like it's a nice hug when you're being, squeezed from all sides.
Yeah. But I was snorkeling when I was in high school. We went to a trip to Mexico because I spoke enough Spanish to be left alone in a Mexican hacienda with Papa Jorge. And then when my wife and I were expecting our first child almost 10 years ago now, we went on a baby moon to see my brother in Hawaii, and I snorkeled there while she went belly deep in the water, which is as deep as she ever goes in the water. But because she could see her toes, it was okay.
Ah, I see. I also went to Mexico I went scuba diving, and there's like 1910 1910, 1920-ish hospital ship that they have sunk down there to make into like an artificial reef. So I got to dive that, and that was cool as hell. Yeah, lots of neat stuff. And yeah, like you said, Kizik, it's like calming when you're under there. You're feeling kind of like isolated from the rest of the world, but at the same time, you're part of that nature around you. It's really nice.
I've been watching a guy who spears lionfish because they're an invasive species.
Yeah. Is he like on YouTube spearing?
Yeah, YouTube shorts. 30 seconds of him just counting lionfish.
Right.
Putting them in a bag.
Then he's got like the spear that's the elastic one that like shoots him forward.
Yeah. Hold it in your wrist. Pull it back so it's like on a slingshot. Then you let that go, and that goes and spears you a lionfish.
That's pretty wild. Very too wild. Yeah, lionfish are cool looking. I didn't know that they were so awful for the environment that they're in.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, they puff up their big old lionfish things and trap fish into corners. And in their like native places, fish are like, "Come on, you're a lionfish. I'm out of here." But the the Floridian fish go, "What the fuck is that?" and just get trapped, and they eat all of them.
Ah.
Bullies.
Are they tasty?
The guy says they are.
Well, then
Lionfish or the Florida fish?
the lionfish. Because, snakeheads are an invasive species we have up here at the Chesapeake, and they're very tasty. So, all them, snake hunting people, or snakehead hunting people out on their boats with bows, they bring in good eating.
That's very nice of them.
I'm a big fan of like restaurants encouraging people to hunt invasive species if they're edible and taste good.
Like Nutri-Rat and kudzu.
Well, it's a matter of if you can make it
kudzu.
if you make it economically profitable, then
We were watching Iron Chef the other night, and they're making squaw, and Matthew goes, "What's squaw?" And Jenny goes, "It's pigeon." And he goes, "Who would eat pigeon?" And I'm like, "That's why it's called squaw, buddy."
actually, did you know that pigeons were introduced to the United States from Europe as a food source?
Oh yeah, I'm sure like if they weren't filled with garbage, they would be pretty good. It would be like eating, one of those fucking seabirds. They're just fucking filled with shit.
Seagulls?
Yeah, seagulls. Awful.
Filled with French fries and aspirin.
Yeah.
You do eat chicken, right?
I do, yeah. And they're filled with shit too.
Yes,
I know that
they are.
eat crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll eat
other chickens.
Yeah, they'll
Right,
eat
ground
anything you
meal,
throw in their
chicken meal,
pen.
yeah. That's
And
true.
That's
kind of metal, though.
It is kind of metal.
yeah. I mean, pigs eat people. So
Yeah, they'll eat anything.
anyone who's seen Deadwood knows that.
I'm sure most people would eat most anything too, if given the situation.
We talked about long pig earlier.
We did.
There was like a billboard, I'm sure everybody's seen it online, but it was like a bunch of different animals lined up, and it was like horse all the way to the left, and then, went through barnyard animals, and it was like, where do you choose? Like, right after chicken. I will eat the pig, the goat, the chicken, not the dog, the cat, the horse. There's a fine line right there on the billboard.
You have horse above dog and cat?
Yes, I would eat a horse before I'd eat a dog or a cat. 100%.
Yeah, I would try horse.
I don't want to go on public record with my opinion.
I mean, if you're starving, I think you'd eat just about anything. But truthfully, when not starving, yes, I would draw the line at things that used to be called fluffy or Fido.
Right.
Like, if they're a pet, then I'd have a hard time with that. The exception,
It had a name.
yeah, the exception being horses, because I don't like horses personally. I like dogs and cats, so
Makes sense.
I mean, I wouldn't eat a goldfish either. Like, if it was someone's pet, and someone was like, "I could fry that up and eat it," I'm sure you can, but I wouldn't. But I wouldn't eat it It doesn't matter. I wouldn't eat it because it was someone's pet.
Yeah, I get that.
It's just a small carp.
A small
It's just a small carp. Some of them aren't that small.
I can't imagine a goldfish would be nutritionally
No, probably not.
beneficial for the effort to cook it.
It is the silly snack that smiles back. Let's start with the luck refresh. Let's get into this. So this is our luck refresh. Because it's Pulp Cthulhu, each player rolls a D100 percentile dice, and you compare the result of that roll to your current luck score. You want to get higher than your current luck score. What are you guys pulling? Kizik with a 17.
I did not get higher than a 95.
Ooh, you got a 95 luck. That's pretty good.
He's got way more luck left over than me. I got an 87, which is more than my current luck score. And
That's awesome.
And I'm lucky. How many of these D10s do I get?
All right, so just naturally, because of Pulp Cthulhu, you're going to get 2d10 plus 10. And then because you're lucky, you get an additional d10.
Oh, I cannot see. I got a 50.
Oh, okay. What's your current luck?
50.
Oh, man. Well, that would be that you made it. So it's equal to or lower than your current luck score. So you're only going to roll 1d10 and then add 5 points to that total for your luck score.
Almost max back out.
Ooh, that's a good roll. That's 6 or... Yeah, it's a 9. Nice.
9 plus what? Sorry.
9 plus 5. 14 luck. That's pretty good. All right. So, luck refresh out of the way. Let's do this recap. I want to apologize in advance because I've got to sum up how we've gotten to this point. And feel free to chime in at any point in time. I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. In Florida Green, we dive into the Pulp Cthulhu RPG. We're blending modern pulp action, cosmic horror, and investigative intrigue. And you guys are unraveling this web of mysteries centered on the forgotten vault of artifacts hidden beneath the Samuel L. Davis cigar factory in Tampa. The prologue we had introduced us to Stella Boudreaux, Graham Eckert, and Gavin Sharp, and a college kid named Ethan. And it was a seemingly straightforward mission in the Everglades. And it went off the rails as that college kid Ethan began communing with snakes in an unsettling way. Graham shot him, and the group stuffed his body into a drum, and then they dumped it mid-flight on their return to Suwannee, all while witnessing an unnatural storm tear through Tampa's skies. So in episode 1, brought you guys to Tampa, where you investigated Hector and Anna. You remember them? They were an ill-fated couple tied to supernatural forces. Hector, a clueless, bumbling fool, was bound to Anna, a phantom feeding on his life force. They were just ill-fated, never going to work. So you guys kind of like convinced her to go after her ex-boyfriend instead of feeding on Hector, which you guys, I think you did pretty well with that. And along the way, you reunited with an old friend of Graham's, Silas Kincaid. He was an eccentric old hoot who was tracking phantom energy there, even though he was like battling lung cancer. So you guys went in with ghost-busting gadgets, and Silas's apprentice, he confronted Anna, and she killed Kevin. But you guys did convince her to go do something else other than bother Hector. I think she went to the prison and killed her boyfriend, right?
Yep, go kill your boyfriend, not your lover.
But your successes there, led you to have Silas invite you back to the cigar factory, and beneath it you uncovered the vault, and you learned that 3 powerful artifacts had been stolen: the Spectral Displacer, the Dragon Heart, and the Eyes of the Serpent God. And during episodes 2 through 5, you guys led the investigation, went to the Tampa hospital, where you retrieved the Spectral Displacer. You confronted a Terminator-like guardian of a man named Stephen Sharp, who you guys kidnapped and then under hypnosis had reveals secrets about his master and gives some cryptic warnings about, a sorcerer snake person. He pointed you towards Lake Gordon in Polk County, Florida, and you guys went and started investigating that, trying to find the other 2 stolen artifacts. And you guys had 2 days at Lake Wales where you guys investigated the ranch. And you guys had Marge come out at the beginning of last episode. Marge is all of your bond and like expediter of Eckert and Sharp. She delivered an RPG to you to help you confront that massive snake lurking in Lake Gordon. But you guys began last episode at the Lake Wales airport, shaken from spooky prophetic dreams. In Stella's dream, an older, wealthy man in a black town car watched as 2 shipping containers were loaded into a cargo ship in Tampa Bay. And she felt a sinking certainty that the stolen artifacts that they were tracking were no longer in Lake Wales. So after meeting up with Marge, you guys geared up, but then Stella's vision kind of like altered your plan. And you were determined to follow Stella's instincts. And you guys took flight in your plane and headed back to Tampa quick and fast. And your timing was perfect. You arrived just in time to pick up the trail of the mysterious man in the dark car, which led to a thrilling drone versus car versus boat chase up the Tampa Bypass Canal. And the pursuit ended at a grand mansion on the water, where you guys identified the wealthy man as Franklin Sharp, father of Stephen and Ethan Sharp. So you guys circled back to the cargo ship where those 2 containers were. The cargo ship's called the Ebony Fire. You infiltrated the scene posing as longshoremen, and your investigation revealed 2 critical discoveries. One cargo container housed a huge locked safe, and the other one contained an ancient stone panel with a large snake motif. So with quick thinking and flawless 69 Ultra 69 execution, you guys orchestrated this daring plan to drop both of them into the water next to the ship, ensuring that you guys could recover them later. And you guys did really well. So tonight is a high-stakes salvage mission. Retrieve the contents of the cargo shipping containers under the East Bay Channel of Port Tampa. And the Ebony Fire container ship is floating above them. So I'm gonna give you guys some time to come up with this plan. How are you gonna get 2 shipping containers out of the water? I know that you guys have some resources, like the trawler that I wanted to remind you of. And we can always roll luck and get some like bonds or NPCs involved and stuff. So let's take it. It's about noonish. You guys have dropped these shipping containers in, and everybody is broke for lunch. So now's a good time to come up with this plan that you guys are going to put together.
It's interesting because it never occurred to me, and we definitely didn't discuss, because I just got finished watching the last episode, to try to remove the containers from the water. We were going to scuba dive down there. But it is also an interesting point that we do have a fishing boat. It's probably not geographically that far away.
It's 155 miles by boat from Suwannee to here. I looked it up. So it would take you about 12 hours to fly to Suwannee, get the trawler, and bring it back. So 12 hours from noon is midnight.
What?
I want to throw that out. Yeah, I know, that's crazy, right?
No, what boat did we rent?
You guys have rented this little fishing boat. Let me pull it in here. Sorry.
It's not going to pull cargo containers out of the water.
No.
You definitely don't want to do a dive from it.
Well, no, we could dive from it.
Well, that's true.
We can't lift the containers. You can dive from a dinghy.
Yeah. But you do have the Siren's Lure, which is an actual fishing trawler. So I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that you had that option. You guys wouldn't be able to see that. That's the fishing trawler, the Siren's Lure. We already knew about that. I thought I had this boat. Anyway, What do you guys want to do? Come up with a plan.
I'm going to lean pretty heavily on my good buddy Gavin because we are strictly in nautical territory, which is his speciality. But my 10,000 foot view from a layman's perspective, Gavin, is that, if we get scuba gear and dive on it, we don't have experience with scuba, but it's right there. We know it's there right now, and it's kind of stealthy. Problem is, we won't be able to pull anything out unless it fits in our pockets. And I've never been scuba diving. If we go get the trawler, we're 12 hours out, and we've got to figure out how to get the port authority to let us put the trawler there and not ask any questions when we pull containers off the bottom of the port. Which, we may just be able to do it and they not notice. But we still have to get permission to bring that trawler into this commercial port.
Can a trawler pull up a cargo thing?
Depends on how heavy it is. That's a Gavin question.
I didn't think that I was going to be able to use the big old crane to drop it in, but it turns out the controls are just like the net controller. You push it forward and it drops it down, and you pull it back and then it lets it go. So, a net full of fish weighs much more than a whole cargo container full of something. Plus, it's full of air inside there. So if we try to take it while it's under the boat right now, once we open I don't know if we can open them doors. Like, that's going to take a lot of pressure because it's underwater and then the water's going to flush in. So I think we should, we used to, anytime you flip over a boat, you got to put some air in it so it's a little bit buoyant. And then you can pull it with just about anything. So we can, that's kind of tough. But I think that the rented boat, like if we have these, we get a couple of air tubes and put those around underwater containers. Those will float them just a little bit, and then once they're floating just a little bit, we use the little boat to pull them out to a little bit deeper, and then we trawlers in the bay all the time.
You want to put airbags on the containers to pull them out with the little boat.
Yeah, that's the least amount of suspicion anybody going to have.
It's a good idea. Airbags, though, how are we gonna? We could take oil drums. If we had an air pump, we could take oil drums and we could, have them full of water, push them underwater, and then when we get them attached, we could pump air into them, and the air would get trapped in the oil drum, and that would act as a makeshift airbag.
Yeah, that's a good thinking. So we need some oil, but those are all just at the harbor.
Well, that's why I thought oil drums, is because I happened to notice there's a bunch of them laying around.
Yeah, so we still gotta go get the big boat. Oh, I gotta drive the lure again.
Well, do we need the big boat?
If we're gonna, I don't know how clear the waters at the harbor are. My big plan was to use the little boat to just pull them a little bit further away so we're not so close to that, and then put them on the trawler with a big old net.
Let me give you some information about the water here. The water here is pretty silty, and it's got moderate city pollution to it. It's not very clear as Florida water goes. That being said, if you dove at night and had lights under the water, they're probably going to be seen. It's 40 feet deep here at the East Bay Channel. So you're roughly going to have to dive 32 feet at least to get to the sea containers.
We have to, if we do this at night, we have to use lights no matter what. Truthfully, we're probably going to have to use lights even in daytime because of the siltiness. But we have to dive it no matter what because we have to put airbags on it if we're dragging it out. Like, the first part of the plan doesn't seem negotiable. We have to go put airbags on it and drag it out.
Yeah, then we drag it to some place where it's a little bit less the authorities aren't looking that hard, and we can put them a little bit shallower. over on the other side, find a nice, just tucked away spot.
I mean, you've been working this coast your whole life. I'm sure you know a spot.
Yeah, right next to that smuggler spot. We don't want anybody going there. This is it's just like a hot spot for fishing.
But it sounds like you need some airbags or some container to put the air into.
We need something to push the air from the upper parts down to the bottom parts, a little air pump.
So you need a compressor of some sort.
The compressor is going to be the easy part. You can just get one of them at the hardware store. It doesn't have to be breathable. Hard part's going to be the solid. If we use drums, it will have to. That's why I was thinking about doing it at night, because we wouldn't necessarily be seen putting the drums in the water at night. If we do it during the day, it'll look more suspicious. But if the light can be so easily seen, so I was kind of thinking that the water would be murky enough that they wouldn't necessarily see the lights from our suits. But if it's
There would definitely be,
because ports
there would
usually have
definitely
big
be a
lights.
spot. Yeah, it would be a spot hidden on their part if anybody's looking for you.
They'd have
I'd probably give them disadvantage. I don't think anybody's looking for you, to be honest. Not yet.
I just don't have enough experience with nautical stuff. My assumption was that big spotlights from the port would make the top of the water look like glass.
That's true too.
But then again, people use spotlights to do spear fishing and bow fishing. So
Yeah, because you're trying to hit the thing that's on the top of the water. Or the water's real still and you can see a little bit deeper.
Allie, do you have anything to add to this?
I'm trying so hard to follow the conversation, but this is so out of my wheelhouse or what my brain understands. So I'm smiling and nodding spiritually.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, you ever thought about talking to a bunch of manatees and have them help us just push them out?
You know what? I'd be willing to try it.
No, you put them in bad place next to all those industrial stuff.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be great, would it?
Be dangerous.
You good at holding your breath, or? Well, so we need an air compressor. We need a bunch of ropes so that we can tie these things off underneath the water. We need lights to work at the bottom of the water. Then we need a long rope to get from, I don't know, a couple 100 meters from the big boat to try to pull everything away. Sound like a good plan.
So you have a list now. You got a compressor, some underwater lights, a long rope,
scuba gear.
Yeah.
Scuba gear's good.
Maybe get a lesson from a pro shop on how to use it.
Let's.
If
Go ahead.
somebody is going to get the Siren's Fury?
Lure.
Sorry. Going to get that gives 2 other people time to get a quick scuba lesson in.
And gather the gear. That's a good point. We could divide and conquer. The problem is that if he's going to take the fastest route back, he needs the plane, and he can't fly, and I can't drive the boat. I already thought of that.
Yeah, it'll be the 2 of you guys going to get the vehicle while Stella stays here and gets the stuff if we want to break it like that.
Yeah, or we can all stay together. We'll just drag this guy over to the wooded side of the bay.
Then leave it in one of the smuggler caches in that cove. I'm assuming that both your character and my character would know a hidey hole somewhere we could put it.
Yeah. You guys definitely have a hidey hole in Tampa.
I think it's better to stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Because I also need scuba lessons. And not that I doubt Stella's ability to, teach me this thing, it probably would work faster if we just had lessons. And she wasn't trying to worry about herself and me on her first dive.
Stella doesn't have a scuba skill to teach you, so.
Well, the idea is that if we divided up, you would have taken lessons and then had to teach the rest of the party.
No, in my head, 2 people would take lessons, but what you said obviously makes more sense, so just forget about anybody taking lessons independently.
We're all going to take lessons together.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to be a team. Okay, so, phase 1, shopping trip.
Also, you're not leaving me to do the shopping. Jerks.
I did not want to do that.
I mean,
okay.
Shopping can be fun, but I get
you
your
don't want
point.
to do it by yourself. Okay, so let's start this with an actual roll. Kizik, I need you to roll for someone you know in the area that could get you underwater lights and an air compressor.
Home Depot.
To need to be a real person or just to go to Walmart, Home Depot?
If okay, so do you want to make it a luck roll? Or do you want to make it a Ooga? What roll is that?
Let's make it
roll.
Let's make it a luck roll, because it's luck.
Yeah, the first Walmart we roll into, we're looking for an air compressor and some underwater lights. The guy's like, "Oh, we're doing some night fishing, huh?" Yeah, exactly. You know what it is. I was actually hoping if there was some caves, that'd be pretty neat too. Go get like a bunch of rope to make sure that works. Luck roll.
Luck roll.
That's a 92 out of 99.
It's still a
Excellent.
pass.
That is a pass.
Also,
All right,
Kizik, we got to work on your volunteering of information when you roleplay.
What do you mean?
He tends to give a bunch of extra details that the salesperson didn't need to know.
Oh, I like it. It's fun.
I'd argue that is his role.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not in the Traveler campaign where he's about to be the face of the group,
Well, that's
trying
not
to
my
do
problem.
super covert things.
I like that Gavin is somebody that overshares.
I do too.
I'm the only
right.
one here who's trying to help you, Kizik. I just want you to recognize that.
He's the only one who wants you to change.
Okay, so from Home Depot or Walmart, you pick up your air compressor, your underwater lights, and some long rope. That was a quick trip.
How
What are
long
the other
is
two?
long?
He said 100 yards. Is that what you said?
I mean, that's 100 yards. That's how long I think we're going to tow them. I need like another 200 yards to go around everything. I just rounded up to a nice 300 yards.
300 yards of rope, underwater lights, and an air compressor.
You got a red filter for those lights? Because I think that red's not going to go through the water as much.
Your luck roll was pretty high. Yeah, you've got them. Fuck it. Let's just do red filter. While he is speaking to the young sales boy, what are Stella and Graham doing?
We still need Scooby gear and lessons. We should probably find.
I'm gonna look up scuba lessons and supplies on my phone.
Excellent. Do you guys want to divide and conquer and not go to the store right now? Maybe go to the scuba store while while Gavin is buying other stuff?
I mean, ultimately, we're going to take lessons together, but yeah, we can go find the place to take lessons and make sure they got the gear and sort that stuff out.
Kind of see what it entails.
Yeah.
Which
Probably
one of you
the-
has...
Do a little
Put down a
recon.
deposit.
Yeah, you guys want to look around? Do you want to bring it up on the phone, and it'll be like a computer use?
Yeah.
Okay. Really, this is luck roll 2. Whatever's bigger for you, computer use or luck.
Mm. Oh, I think I did that wrong.
I see on your sheet you got 70 luck here.
This is not.
Yeah,
This is
isn't
old.
accurate, right? Okay.
Yeah, because my computer uses 30.
I see. What's your luck at right now? Because that's a moving target.
64.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So yeah, we'll roll against your luck. And then,
Okay.
did you roll yet? It's not this 92, is it?
No. Whee!
Hey, that's a 10.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, because all zeros would be 100. So that's a 10. That's good. Hey, that's a banger. That's a hard success if it wouldn't be a luck roll.
Yeah.
Unless it was a computer use. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You find what you're looking for. You find a place called Going Down, and it's a store that sells scuba gear as well as does lessons. They'll take you out into the bay. It's a 6-hour scuba course, if you would like to do that with Going Down.
I mean, we can do this, Stella. Or I can call up one of my contacts and we can get like an under the table lesson and supplier. It's going to be less professional than this, but it's also not going to have a paper trail, and it might be a little bit faster.
Or it's $1,300 and 6 hours to get your scuba license.
Is that
And some
per
gear.
person?
Nope, that's 3 people.
Oh. Well, we only need 2,
Oh, you only need 2.
right?
Sorry, as a DM, I assumed that it was going to be 3.
I assume it's going to be 3 too, although it does make sense that someone would stay on the boat.
Yeah, isn't that like really dangerous?
It also makes sense that the person on the boat should be Gavin. Although he's got the strongest swim score. We should talk this out. We should talk this out with Gavin before we make this decision.
Yeah. But if you want to have that backup contact,
I was just
I'm not
thinking,
opposed.
A, I think it'd be cheaper. B, it doesn't leave a paper trail. C, they're only going to teach us what we need to know, so it isn't going to take 6 hours. And I probably have enough smuggler contacts that have to do this stuff on the regular anyway. They might even just lend us the gear.
I mean, I'd like to be at least a 10-minute lesson on how to use it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be longer than 10 minutes, but 6 hours is a very long time, and that sounds to me like a very thorough course. Which,
We don't really need our licenses.
yeah, exactly. It's probably
Yeah, go for
it's
it.
probably safer, but let me make some phone calls. GM, I'm assuming that's going to be a luck roll.
Yes.
Okay, well, crush that. Luck rolls don't have hard successes, right? If they did,
No, luck rolls are just luck rolls.
Yeah. So I passed that.
Excellent.
GM frantically creates an NPC.
Yep, let's do this. His name is Brian.
Brian. Does he also go by Agent 14?
Yeah, his friends call him Agent 14.
Hmm.
She's less tickled now that it's actually him.
No, his friends call him that. It's not actually him. So Brian's been diving for a long time, and he says, "Yep, he's free. He can easily come and meet you, and give you all the gear and everything that you'll need for 2 divers." He asks, your sizes for wetsuits because he's going to bring all this stuff, and he's pretty excited to talk to you because you haven't talked to him in a long time. He might owe you money, so it's a good thing that you guys are talking again.
Okay.
What's Brian's last name?
I want to say Wilkes for some reason.
It is now. Graham's diver friend.
Oh, I should write that down in my notes too. That seems like it's important information.
Yeah, you might use him later.
Pro tip.
Shit, you might become a character at some point. All right, so in the time that it takes Gavin to get his air compressor, underwater lights with red filter, and 300 yards of structurally sound rope. I'm not gonna tell you that it's gonna break halfway through this. Brian Wilkes shows up, and you guys can all meet up together and talk out this plan. I'm gonna generate Brian Wilkes's face here real quick. You guys chat amongst yourselves.
All right, so Gavin shows up with the stuff. We fill him in on our options, and I ask Gavin, so what do you think about the configuration, leaving someone on the boat versus all 3 of us diving, versus who's staying on the boat, who's doing the diving? It sounds like Brian's pretty enthusiastic. He's an old friend of mine, and I know we can trust him to an extent. Do we want to bring him in on this as an expert who might help us? And if we do, I think we should leave him on the boat. But he is also a competent scuba diver. Thoughts?
We're gonna hang on to the. We got to do them one at a time. I mean, that's got to be the safest way. You don't want to get stuck between them as they're both going out there. I'd like to be in the water because it sounds like a lot of fun. Leaving him on the boat and giving him hey, pull it out into the thing. Does he owe you money, or is he gonna want to know what's in the box?
I mean, smugglers are used to doing jobs without asking questions. So I don't think you'll have a problem with that as much as usually smugglers get paid for this kind of work. So ask him to do it as a favor may make him more curious as to what we're pulling out of the water. But we don't need to bring him, necessarily. It's just an option I wanted to throw out there.
I mean, more hands is better than less hands. And we gotta have somebody stay on that boat, or it'll not be there when we come back for it.
I agree with that. It also doesn't have to be, Brian up on the boat. It could be 1 or 2 of us up on the boat. And then, we can configure this any way you want.
We got to see how everybody does in the water. Maybe it's darker and deeper than I thought, and maybe I want to stay on that boat. Just a blank piece of paper.
Yeah, if it's scary enough that you don't want to go down there, I think you are going down there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I like that anyway. Underwater, I can't see too far. Maybe there's a fish, and you're wrapping a big old container around trying to float it just enough to get back. I'm going to, hang on to the back and surf it out. So I'm not staying on the boat, is what I just heard. He's either too scary. Maybe it's not scary at all. Hey, I got some red filters because I think that's harder to see in the brownish slit and soot that's in the water. I thought that was pretty smart.
That is very smart. Good job.
Oh, thanks, Stella.
Wow, he's a lot more clean shaven than I expected a scuba diving smuggler to look.
Hmm.
He must. Brian, did you get a girlfriend?
Where is he? Oh,
That's going to be my first question when I see it.
is Brian a finance bro?
Right?
He's really into crypto, man.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't look. No, he doesn't have nearly long enough hair for that.
Oh yeah, he'd be more ragged. No, he's done really well with
And poor.
Dogecoin.
Yeah, his Bitcoin portfolio is really something to behold.
Just bought himself a Cybertruck with his Doge gains. All right, so Brian can he'll come out with some equipment, and Stella, it kind of irritates you as you put the wetsuit on. It fits. You put the mask on. It smells like Fritos. You're like, we could have had new equipment. You know, just like a thought in the back of your head. This cheap fucking guy. He's constantly calling people, and instead of spending money. But Brian Wilkes does provide all of the things necessary to get you out into the water and training on scuba. And he takes you. You're away from the East Bay Channel right now with all of the craziness going on in the channel and the port authorities in there and everything. Maybe he brings you down south of there, meets you in his pickup truck, and he's got all the gear in the back of it. Cybertruck, sorry. So you guys get out in the water, and I just need regular ass swim checks. I know that you guys have a swim. It's 20%. Just let me know how it goes for you. Naturally, 20% for some of you.
I'm betting I drown.
Yes.
I just need a roll.
Just making sure. Yep, on my for real character sheet, it's still 20%. So let's see how badly this goes.
Oh, I can't.
Okay, well, that's a 44.
Oh. I have a 32.
How's it go for everybody? Did everybody fail?
I got a 40 out of 60.
Excellent. Okay. So as the other two struggle to maintain position in the current or something, you know, maybe the silt down here is way worse than originally you guys had imagined. Now you're more south than where you'll be when you actually dive, so maybe it'll get better. But here, particularly, the current's strong, the silt is bad, and you guys have a tough time. So when you guys get through, this is going to take about an hour, hour and a half. You guys come out exhausted, and you guys have beaten yourselves up against this current the whole time. That's what your failed swim rolls. So I'm not going to give you guys just exhaustion. I think that that's really shitty for a failed roll. But just remember, like, this is going to be a physical struggle when we actually do get to the shipping container.
Learning from this lesson, I'm going to say, hey, Brian, would you be willing to help us with this particular effort? And I'm going to suggest to Gavin, why don't the two experienced divers go into the water?
Me and him in the water and you guys on a boat?
Yeah, I mean, we'll keep enough gear that if we need to send a third person down there, or if an emergency happens, we can go in the water. But after this experience, I don't think it's wise. I think Stellar and I may be a liability to you under the water.
I didn't want to say nothing, but you guys was a little bit further behind me. We gotta get in and get out. I think I can get behind that plan.
Brian,
I am willing to lend you Jasper.
Oh man, he was right beside me the whole time. No, he was right beside you the whole time, like just whispering sweet nothings in your ear as you're swimming along. You can
Yeah.
I mean, as someone who has something to go spot things, he'd actually be very useful. Brian, how you feel about helping us out with this?
I mean, you've helped me out in the past, and let's be honest, I owe you quite a bit of money. So, loaning the gear and my time, I can do that.
Thanks. I appreciate that. If this turns out to be somewhat profitable, we'll cut you in for a little bit of it, but I don't actually suspect it will, so don't get your hopes up too high.
You want to tell me what we're pulling up? I mean, I don't really need to know. Just if I'm going under the water, what am I looking for?
We're pulling 2 sea containers out of the water. We're not going to open them. We're going to move them to another location, and that'll probably be the extent of your participation in this endeavor.
All right. Cool. Yeah, we can do that.
Honestly, the less you know, the better it is for you.
Okay. I'm good with that. So, I mean, I want to stay around for you to open them, right?
I don't think you want to do that. But we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Okay. All right, cool. I'm not one to burn bridges. You know that, though.
It's just my own twist on an expression that I enjoy.
I gotcha. So this is a good plan. It's only about 2 p.m. when you guys finish your scuba lesson. So now you've got your swim lessons, and you've got Brian Wilkes on your side. You've got your scuba gear, your long rope, your underwater lights, your air compressor. Do you think you'll need anything else?
Evan?
How much tubing we got for that air compressor?
Oh, we never specifically said. How much tubing do you want?
We need at
Enough.
least we need at least enough. At least enough to reach. So if we were planning on the cables being 100 yards, we'll need at least that much. I think we need at least half again as much for safety.
100 yards of air tube is going to be a bite expensive, but you guys pulled it off at the Home Depot and the Walmart. So, yeah, that's no big deal.
We just using like a real long watering hose. Does that hold the air, right?
Underwater? Probably. It could do okay. It's getting the compressor fittings to go from air over to water hose.
To water hose.
That I think would be the struggle. I'm not an expert on it, though. So.
Yes, but there's
Let's
these
just say
things
that
now
you get
called 3D printers.
Right?
I could probably whip something like that up in real life in about 3 hours.
Yeah, just PLA, hold a bunch of pressure.
It doesn't.
A bunch of...
It doesn't need to hold a bunch. It just needs to do the fittings, and then you wrap it in something that strengthens it. So the way I would do that in real life, if you asked me to do it, is I'd line the inside with a sealing like Teflon tape, and then you put the custom PLA fitting on, and then I'd wrap that whole thing in Mylar tape, and the Mylar tape would give it the strength to hold together, and the Teflon tape would do the seal.
I don't think you need a bunch of pressure to move air down
you
a
don't,
hose anyway.
You don't, but like that's how I would do it to make sure that it didn't fail.
And then, sorry, are we filling oil drums, or you got some airbags that we want to pull out here?
Oh, that was something I meant to ask Brian for, was with his gear, could he bring salvage bags? We can roll for that if you want, or because I had meant to mention it and I forgot.
You use your 10 luck resourcefulness, and we'll pull those out of thin air.
Sure, we can pull those out of thin air.
I'm good with you burning 10 luck for those.
He pulls down the second seat in the Cybertruck and surprise.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, I was on my way to salvage something off the bottom of the ocean already. That's really how I paid for that Cybertruck.
Actually, he's probably got... Brian Wilkes might actually mention to you guys that he's got an old-ass treasure map, and that he might need somebody to come with him to Honduras to go treasure hunting.
I'll say that Graham is like, you and I can talk about that on the ride on the boat after we get these things all hooked up, because we're going to be towing these things out for a good long ways.
Good deal. How long do you want to wait? Because let's say that you got the salvage bags. It's only like 2:30. You've got everything that you think you need. I like saying that as a DM. I'm probably not going to do anything about it, but you think you need everything. You think you've got everything.
Wow. I mean, I'm oblivious to how to do this, and so is Graham. So I feel like he and I are in sync when I say, Gavin, you should answer this question.
I mean, Gavin thinks it's a good thing. He's got air to lift things up just a little bit. He's got rope to pull it one way or the other. That's a good plan. Gavin said, "I'm gonna have a 6-pack and take an early nap out in the hot sun. Not hot sun. I'll look in the other parts, but
Isn't it 2
I'm gonna
a.m.?
rest up. 2 a.m. I thought it was
It's
2
2:30
p.m.
2:30 p.m.
Oh, it's p.m. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's 2:30 p.m.
So by the time we get back, it'll be 2:30 a.m.
Only if you want the trawler.
Oh.
Are we getting the trawler?
Not yet. No. The whole point is that we're going to tow this thing to a cove so that it's in a safe place so we can go get the trawler. That's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of this. This exercise is that we're going to get these to a safe place so we don't have to worry about them being in the port while we're away for 12 hours. Also, since it seems to have taken overnight to do all of this, that cargo ship should be gone because it was about to leave when we dropped the cargo containers. It should be out to sea by now.
It was going to be there for 3 days yesterday, so it still has 2 more days.
Oh.
It is a Friday afternoon at 2:30, so it's still got the weekend, and it will take off Monday morning.
Oh, I do have that in my notes. Ebony Fire freighter at Tampa Bay leaving in 3 days from the day of the dream.
Yes.
Gotcha. Damn, I misread that. I thought it was leaving at 3 p.m.
So you guys have some time if you want to wait for nightfall. We can do a montage of you guys going to some pizza places, or you guys could scope out more. You'd check out patrol routes. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, I mean, we should definitely case the place, keep an eye, see if anyone notices the missing containers, pretend like we're fishing. I'm going to talk to Brian about this map he's talking about.
Okay. And how long do you want to burn?
It's up to the whole party, but I'm good with waiting until like midnight.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take a good old nap. I'm gonna show Stella the best fishing spot and get her actually putting her line in. And I'm gonna say the best part about fishing is you lean back and you kick your feet up on the edge of the boat and you just kind of wait for. Yeah.
And I'm going to say, so Brian, what's this you got to say about a treasure map?
Well, I found it. And,
found it? Brian.
Yeah.
Found it?
Okay. I scored it. It's got some hookiness to it. It says it's like haunted treasure. I don't know. But anyway, I acquired this map. I need to go to Honduras, and specifically like the northeastern edge.
Is this going to be like that trip down to Bermuda?
It could be like that. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay. Because I don't want to get chased by, a dude with a machete again. That was not okay.
Was it a dude? I mean, I thought that
I was running
that was the
too
whole
fast.
Question. Okay, so
it was a machete. That's the part that mattered.
Yeah. Okay. So, have you ever been to Trujillo?
No, can't say that I have. I actually don't think I've been to Honduras at all yet.
Oh, it's fun. The people down there are great. Okay, so yeah, maybe we should sync up. Oh, you still have that plane?
I do.
Make it down there pretty quick.
I do still have the plane, and it's available for charter. But if you end up short on cash again, and there is treasure, I'll take a share for the plane. And if you want my associates to help, they're going to want to share each too.
Okay, that's we'll work out shares and all of that stuff. I'm kind of excited. I don't have the map here with me, obviously. I don't just walk around with it, but I'd love to show it to you sometime. You want to like get a drink after this, and you can come up by, and I'll pull it out of the safe.
Yeah, I mean, assuming that I live through this ordeal, we should get beers.
He cocks an eyebrow at you.
I told you didn't want to be here when the containers were opened.
Oh, it's like that.
Anyway, yeah, sounds interesting. Sounds like more like our normal type of adventure than the stuff we've been dealing with on this particular turnaround. Although I got to tell you, some of the new stuff I'm into is really exciting. I enjoy most of this, but the danger level is definitely above our normal. You know, when we were running rum back and forth from the Caribbean, that was not dangerous. That was easygoing, cakewalk compared to stuff we're in now. Anyway, yeah, let's get together, have some beer sometime about that treasure map. Hey, look,
Yeah.
I think Stella caught a fish. I think she's sleeping.
What is Stella doing?
He's trying to catch a fish.
Give me a luck roll.
It wasn't a hard success, but I passed.
You are catching all of the fish. Every time
Ah!
you put your rod in the water, you're pulling back larger and larger fish. And unfortunately, your buddy Gavin is asleep and not paying attention to you pulling these massive fish out of the water. And each of them, as they come out of the water, they talk to you. And they're like, "Hey, Stella. How's it going, Stella?"
You gotta eat them now. It's gonna be like a singing bass on the wall.
I'm just gonna pile him on top of Gavin's sleeping form.
He's cuddling with a swordfish.
He's got a big old pike next to him, just snoozing.
He spoons with it.
Right. All right, so the fishing goes on until the sun dips down in the west, and things kind of die down at the port. And you guys are putzing up and down the channel all day in your boat, you know, pretending to be fishermen. And Port Authority's not really giving you any shit. Coast Guard's not giving you any shit. You guys have managed to get all of your stuff on the boat, the compressor and all of your scuba gear. You're ready to go. And a couple hours after sunset, you see all the lights come on this, let's just call it a drug runner yacht. Let's be honest. It's a big old drug runner yacht. The lights come on, like somebody has started the engine, and it, you know, basically comes to life. There are crew members on board in like full white outfits, and they start moving around, and they're like getting it prepared to move. So as you guys are just chilling, it is also chilling over here, just giving you guys awareness of it. So the hour gets later and later, and you guys find a good spot somewhere in the bay. Where do you guys want to be parked to pull this maneuver off?
What is this? Fish is on me. Who caught all these fish? It's me, right? Oh, man. Stella, you can fish? No, you
Nope.
just had Jasper jump in the water and catch these. Wait, can you talk to fish? Oh, sorry. Well, okay. It's go time. Let's be serious now. We got the currents running this way. So we're gonna drop anchor. We should probably just see how close they get before anybody looks at us. But we're gonna be upstream a little bit, so that'll help us swimming in the water. And then we're gonna float down just a little bit when it's time to pull them straight across. So I think right about here. The current's going this way, right?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. So we're gonna come up here. We're gonna swim under with the current to get to the containers. We're gonna give them the signal to float a little bit down once we got the containers connected, and we're gonna go straight across.
Cool. I like this plan.
Who's the new guy? New guy, Mr. Brian. Yeah, that all sounds like a good plan with you. You done this a little bit more than me.
Brian puts his mouthpiece in. He's already got his sweatsuit and scuba suit on and everything. He's sitting with his back to the water, about to roll backwards. This man is a pure salvage professional.
Oh, I probably gotta do that too. All right, give me a second here. You help me with the zipper, Graham?
Sure. Sure all these tanks are on, right? You know what you're doing. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on.
Yeah. This is real buckle up right here. Oh, and let me breathe out. Now clip it quick. Thanks. Oh, he's already in the water. I gotta catch up with him. Hold on.
He's got a weight belt on, and he's just slowly sinking to the bottom. You dive in after Brian, and you got your lights with you, got your rope with you. Brian's probably got the lights, you got the rope.
Got the rope, you got the bags.
I'm making sure to feed the rope and the hose to them as they go, making sure it doesn't get tangled.
Okay. And the air compressor's not on right now, right?
I'm assuming that the air compressor is on and that they have a nozzle on their end to blow air into the bags.
Okay.
Because I have to imagine it would be on. Otherwise, how would we know when to cut it on?
That's true. Yeah, you guys didn't get any underwater radios or anything, so other than hand signals, that would be a nozzle's fine. Nozzle's cool.
But we do have a gator I can talk to.
That's true.
And we absolutely should be utilizing him for communications because he's probably swimming right along with them.
Yeah, and he can swim fast.
So you want Jasper to be the liaison between the boat and the divers. That's cool.
Yeah.
We can absolutely do that.
Yay, I get to participate.
I love when you participate. I wish you'd more often. I try to ask questions and I just...
Well, when we get out of the boat mechanics of it,
Yeah.
I'll be there, I promise.
I did kind of screw you on the snakes and boats.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Florida Green. Boats were always going to be part of the campaign. Well, she's a swamp lady. Like it was always going to be part of the campaign. But the snakes.
I could have done a little more boat research. That's my bad.
You just do what I do. Yes.
I sent you guys a boat PDF, like at the very beginning of this.
You did
It's all
not.
about boats.
Did you?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Jesus. All right. So,
Because I would have
give
read
me a
that.
give me a swim check.
Oh, 12.
Oh,
Ooh, that's
man. Fucking
beautiful.
Gavin's crushing it.
Nice.
That's an extreme success.
Brian got what is it? A 17? No, an 11. That's pretty good, Brian. Good job. All right. So the two of you, with Jasper kind of guiding you, you've managed to find the sea containers very, very quickly. Maybe the current just pushes you right up against them from where you guys have parked the boat, but it's extremely lucky that you guys have gotten here very quickly. So, which one do you want to start tackling first?
Oh, I put them in the water too, so I know exactly which ones. I want the blue one first, the one that's got the safe in it.
The one that's got the safe in it. All right. So the gist of this is that we're rigging it up with the rope, and then the fishing boat is going to pull it, right?
Yeah,
And it's going to pull it out from underneath the shipping ship.
I believe he was going to lighten it using the salvage bags.
Yeah, use the salvage bag so that it floats just enough.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. So, how much time do we think that would all take? Filling bags, rigging. I'd say like 20, 25 minutes. Jasper's running back and forth to the boat, just keeping Stella apprised of the situation. And it seems like as soon as you get it all wrapped up and ready to go, and the boat has started to move downstream and start...
Shouldn't they get back on the boat before we move the boat?
Yeah, we can do that. Well, okay, so before you move the boat, I thought you guys were sliding down in the channel anyway. If you guys want to start right there.
I just think for safety purposes, it'd be better if everyone were on the boat.
It's true.
But Gavin's in charge.
Oh, Gavin's gonna start rigging up the next one.
I was gonna ask, how close are these containers to each other?
They're pretty close. He dropped them in the water very, very close to one another.
So he like gently placed them in the water. He didn't let them go from a great height.
Correct.
Yes. As a matter of fact, we talked about that at the end of the last episode because we made a point to say they didn't splash because that would have alerted everyone.
Right.
Well, I must have missed that note.
That's cool. I missed it too, but I thought it was the truth or the case.
Yeah.
So you guys, you start wrapping the blue container, the one that contains the safe, and Stella and Graham up there on the back of your boat. Actually, I think everybody would just fucking see it because it's absolutely huge. The side of the Ebony fire explodes.
Oh.
There's a massive explosion. Just one. I'm playing it over and over again. But it rocks the Ebony fire. Side to side, some containers kind of buckle and they'll fall off the ship on the far side. So as you are underneath it, Gavin, you're going to see some other shipping containers kind of like fall down and drift down in the water in kind of like the path that you were going on. So they're going to be over here-ish. Just 3 of them slowly sinking down into the water. But yeah, there's this huge explosion and then there's just fire everywhere. And it's... Can you guys see this fire?
Yes.
Okay, cool. There's some fire over here. One of the cranes is on fire. It's just mayhem. The people on the boat, give me a spot hidden.
Good. That is a hard success at 35.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I got
How
a
about you?
35 too, but that's not a success for me. Wait, let me make sure. I'm wrong. That is a success. Not a hard success, but it's a success.
Okay. So, Stella will see 2 silhouettes in a rubber boat a lot like yours, leaving the back of the cargo ship. He says, "Oh my God, Graham, look." And Graham looks, and he will see specifically these 2 men. Ready for him? Bye.
Oh no, that one fell.
Oh no, we're being raided by the X-Files.
Oh no.
Where is Scully? Is that what you asked?
I just saw. Oh.
That's Fox Mulder. This is Scully. All right.
Is that the Florida State Trooper that I saw in the interrogation room when I was arrested?
Yes, 100%. The very clean-cut state trooper.
The
when
one,
you were arrested
the one that
winked at you.
was actually professional.
That was very professional. He winked at you. He told you everything was going to be cool, and everything was cool. So, yeah, it's that guy.
So these guys have like a government agent vibe going on.
Right now they do. They seem very like clandestine as they take their rubber rafted boat back to the drug runner ship. And as they board the drug runner ship, you see the briefest glimpse of this woman here. And she helps them on board the boat, and then the drug runner ship just fucking takes off and starts going south, like out of Florida.
Need a second.
Yep.
That's a lot to write down.
It is a lot, and I want to bring everybody's attention to the very beginning. We had this shot of the cargo ship on fire.
I remember that. I was thinking of that with this.
So I wanted to pull out that still, and that's what we got here. So things are a mess right now.
And we're underneath of that ship right now. In scuba
Correct.
gear.
Yes.
Trying to take some stuff up.
Jasper's
So-
probably back on the boat going, not right now.
I gotta save these 2 idiots. Well, let's get some reactions to this scene.
I just wrote something down that I realize is a player assumption.
I love those.
I wrote down that these agents blew up this ship. I'm going to change that to these agents may have blown up this ship. Just because they're fleeing it doesn't mean they did it.
That's fair. Just because you're caught at the scene of the crime, or seen at the scene of the crime, you know, if it's eyewitness accounts, you can't really count on those, right? People get shit wrong all the time.
It's eyewitness account of them leaving the ship, which you would naturally do if a ship were on fire.
That's true. With a waiting little black boat.
Just because they were there for nefarious purposes doesn't mean they blew up the boat.
Right. They were spray painting "fuck you guys" on the back of the boat. Now, don't you know what this looks like? It looks like we did it. How you like the Ebony Fire written on the back of that? Did you notice that?
I did. Did you Photoshop that in?
Of course I did.
AI art has an incredibly difficult time putting words in.
No, I've Photoshopped that.
Looks good. It looks like it's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. So, this is our current scene. Any reactions from anybody? What would you do on the boat, on your little fishing vessel, just kind of drifting alongside the sea container ship as it just explodes?
Panic.
We got to get our people out of there, and we got to try to move away from the scene before it becomes a full blown salvage scene. And I don't know how we're going to get that other container now, unless we tow them both at the same time. I'm going to ask Jasper to ask Gavin if we can tow both of the containers at the same time right now.
Jasper swims back frantically to Gavin under the water, and then looks at him and conveys, "Can we pick up both of these things at the same time?"
He's nibbling at 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull both out.
Holds 2 little alligator claws up.
Yeah.
Points to both of them. 2.
Gavin's underwater. We're in scuba, so we can't do anything. But he's already pointing frantically at Brian. With the extra rope that we have, we're going to try to make a V. Like he's making a V with his 2 little fingers, and he's trying to make it so that we can get both of these together enough so that we can try to tow them both at the same time.
Brian's like, "Oh yeah, peace, brother. Yeah, peace." Holding up 2 fingers. He gets with it though. And you guys rig up the second container to the same tow line. So now it's just a matter of pulling everything. And I do kind of want a skill roll out of this.
We're gonna need Gavin to drive the boat with two containers under load. We need our captain.
That's probably true too. Gavin, no. Stella, please roll me Charlie's roll. Sorry, Brian. Jesus, Brian Wilkes. Brian is going to need a good... Fuck, what is this roll?
If he's doing rigging?
Yeah, that would be a sleight of hand. I don't like that.
No, I don't think rigging's a sleight of hand. I think rigging is sea survival.
Give me a straight up dex roll for Brian. I know what his dex is.
Okay.
So just roll the D100 for me.
The dex is a good call too. That's a 2. Oh, what? Before she flipped that dice, it was a 2.
It was the D100 and the D10.
Oh, you hadn't rolled the D100 yet.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, I thought you'd done both of them.
I saw a 2 and was excited as well.
What do we get then?
42 now that she's rolled.
A 42. That's still not bad. All right, so Brian gets this done with his dex. Got everything rigged up, and then, yeah, let me get one more swim from you, Gavin, as you try to make it back to the boat with Jasper's help, mind you.
28.
Excellent. So Jasper guides you back to the boat, and you can climb on board with both of these things tied up underneath your rented fishing boat with fucking 4 engines for some reason.
That's how you drive a rental. You always have
Yeah.
it at max revs.
Like a fucking monster. Just drive it like you stole it.
It's a rental.
All right, so while the port is burning, give me your drive boat check, I think it is.
That's pilot boat.
Pilot boat.
I like drive boat.
Holy shit. Doing
Nice, with a
Yeah.
17.
Oh wow.
Okay, so
well.
you know
Engines are going, but
They
there's
are-
2 huge things behind it, so we're not going as fast as I'd like to think.
I was going to offer that I would give him a boost by just doing whatever ship hand thing he needed to do, but he didn't need me.
No, I think with his 17. All right, so this is what's going to happen. The drug runner yacht fucking pulls way quick, and it's out of there. You guys are towing behind 2 sea containers that are dragging along the channel bottom with ropes and everything. You guys are maintaining a good 10 miles an hour tops, but it won't take you long for you to drag these things all the way out to your secret spot. Right? You had a scavenger hole.
They're floating just a little bit.
Hidey hole.
Oh, right, with the air. Yes, I'm sorry. The airbags make them semi-buoyant.
I need to be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, so we get like a good 300. We get far enough away so they don't look too suspicious. And then we slow down a little bit. And then Brian follows the rope back up to the boat because we slowed down a little bit. He climbs on board. And then we trawl for a little while to find our good hidey hole.
Sounds like a plan. Perfect.
I have Gavin just looking at the tautness of the ropes to make sure that those are good. I'm looking forward, making sure there aren't any other boats coming to inspect us in any way, shape, or form. We're not looking back at the explosion. But we
Well, guys, don't
probably
look at
should.
explosions.
I mean, they had already happened. I was underwater when it happened. I almost got hit by a falling container.
That's very scary.
Also, Jasper knows numbers. Did you know that?
Yeah, who do you think taught him the numbers?
Oh, sorry, I need to be. Oh! Did you know that Jasper can count? I never seen a gator can count before.
He can spell too.
Oh man, Jasper. And I hold up a little hand for him. He's a pretty cool guy.
He can give you a fist bump too.
Hey, you want some of that fish we caught earlier?
Oh, you know he'll nod to that. He's already been eating the pike.
Been tossing him a few minnows. Sardines. I don't know. A small fish.
Small fish.
It's the bait fish. You gotta watch out. Make sure there's no hook in it.
Average.
Jasper's happy as jam.
Jasper needed a
doing-
fish. You caught plenty of fish.
He's doing his little gator purr.
Or don't they sound like lasers?
Yeah, their little laser thing.
Yeah.
If
All right,
only
so you
gators
guys-
stayed small.
They would be pretty cute pets.
Yeah.
It's actually awful. We should not have little gator pets. That's what happens. You flush them down the toilet when you're done with them. Then they become sewer gators. All right. I need the average of your strength. The 3 of you combined.
Well, my strength's not that great. It's 60.
I see that.
Oh, Gavin's a little bit stronger with the 70.
Mine's 65.
That's an average.
Cool. All right. So against a 65, go ahead and Stella, you give me the roll, please. The strength roll is to get the sea containers to a place you guys can open them.
Oh, shit. Well, I rolled a 90.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anybody
All
else
right.
can roll.
So I will say, once again, I got Kevin in charge of this, but I wasn't planning on opening them here. I was planning on burying the containers and putting them in our little hidey hole spot, returning the boat, flying back, getting the trawler, coming back, dropping off Brian, and then opening them.
Okay,
That
so-
was my interpretation of this plan. Not open them now, but
Okay, I was getting a little ahead of myself, but this is to get the containers into the smuggler hole. It's just a strength because you can't use your boat anymore. You're gonna have to pull them up with some manpower. So,
well, we could
rig
rig some pulleys to make it easier. We could take our time. You know, we're not in immediate need.
That's true. So that fail, you want to push it?
Well, no, I don't want to do it the same way because pushing it is brute forcing it again. I don't want to brute force it. I want to do a mechanical solution. Using
call on the manatees.
Using either mech repair or hey, look, I'm not going to turn down some free muscle if you can, you know, scare
We're
some
out of
up.
that industrial port area now.
Mm-hmm.
That's true too.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to just.
No, pushing the roll is you change what skill you're using. You don't necessarily have to use the exact same skill again.
Well, that wasn't my interpretation of the rules. My interpretation was it's the exact same roll, and that you've given a reason why you're attempting it again with increased consequences.
That's definitely increased consequences, but you can use a different skill.
Yes.
Oh, Gavin has gotten underneath of it and is trying to just lift with his back and jerk real hard.
If
Oh,
Gavin
God.
dies here, it would be poetic justice. I just got done
Jasper's
saying
gonna-
how we don't want to do that.
Jasper's gonna swim down and start biting at his ankles. Stop that.
Yeah.
I think I like Stella's idea of using manatees. Want to give me one of those clairvoyance rolls?
Would that not be animal handling?
I can do that too.
Or natural world.
Oh, I want to ride a
Ooh.
manatee. You got to find him first.
Pulp Cthulhu, after all.
Will we do it? Ooh. I got a 35. How do I?
Hey,
That's a
pretty
good
low roll.
success.
Yeah, what's your animal handling?
55.
Yeah. You find, she doesn't like to be called a sea cow, but you find a manatee. Amanda the manatee?
Yes, obviously. Mandy for short.
Mandy, yeah. And she says that she can absolutely help you guys stow this stuff in a good hidey hole, your smuggler's cache. And yeah, with your sweet ass animal handling and your manatee help, you can put this away. Here, I'm gonna give somebody.
How does Brian react to this scene? Because as he's sitting there, I imagine gawking at what's going on here. I just want to be like, yeah, that's normal now.
Let me see if he. Let me see what his sanity.
He
roll
might
is.
need a sanity check.
Yep. Hold on. Oh, he nailed it. He got a 1.
Oh,
This is
just
001. This is just straight up one of the cooler things he's seen. And he asked Stella if she wants to help with the treasure too, because like that could be very helpful.
do I like Brian?
That's up to you.
Okay. I'll withhold judgment.
Okay.
He seems pretty helpful so far.
All right, so I'm going to change the title of the snake crate to In Smuggler Cache. Okay. I probably spelled smuggler wrong, but that's where these are. I'll let you hold on to the Archon, because they are not on this map. They are on a different map entirely. So you've got them stored. You want to send Brian on his way. He waves goodbye to you guys, and starts his march back to his Cybertruck. Unless you need anything else.
No, I'm going to thank Brian for his help. We're definitely going to talk and get those beers, assuming that you don't read about me in the obituary column in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, sounds good. Oh, you know what? All that scuba gear is yours. You can have that.
Wow.
Wow. Thanks. Oh, we might find a use for that.
Yeah. Thought, that'd be nice. I owe you so much money anyway.
Hey, well, maybe this treasure hunt will wipe it all clean.
Here's hoping. He'll walk off into the sunset. What a good NPC. He knows when to shut up.
Yeah, I like him.
All right. So, still 12-hour round trip for the trawler, but you're going to take the rental boat back.
Aren't you guys glad that we went to the out-of-the-way place to park the plane now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't just fly the plane up in here.
Right?
Yeah.
Get my Delta Green agents out of here. All right, so what's next steps? Definitely getting rid of the rental boat. You guys go get the fishing trawler and come back to Smuggler's Cache, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
So we're leaving the plane back at base and grabbing the trawler. The trawler, has Graham seen the trawler float since the incident? Mainly asking Gavin.
Yeah, I don't know the answer.
Like what kind of condition is the trawler in?
Gavin has been telling you this thing has been seaworthy for months, if not years, and is saying like all she needs to do is just get back in the water, and you've never wanted to get onto it. There is more water in the boat than you are comfortable with, but as long as we run the pump, she's fine.
There's a lifeboat, right?
Yeah, of course there's a lifeboat.
I need to be right back. Sorry.
No worries.
I would like to inspect the lifeboat for my own comfort. I'm going to be as nervous about this as you are about flying.
No, yeah, the lifeboat's over there. We can even take the
Inflatable dinghy?
The dinghy from yours, that'll fit right up there. That's real light too.
Yeah, it's meant to be deflated and folded up. Let's bring that as extra insurance.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to need it.
That's great. You're my friend and I trust you, right, Gavin? You know that, right?
I trust you every time. We just flew 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
It's just
Yep.
it's on water. It's not fine. It's only been underwater 4 times.
Graham steps off the gangplank onto the boat and pauses just for a moment before bringing his other foot onto the boat. He's testing it to make sure it's not going to give way.
Hopefully this works. Yep. Cool. It's pretty much anywhere in the Cockroach Bay Aquatic Preserve. Or, this is basically untouched land that you'd be able to pull the sea containers to. Just south of Tampa proper. And you'd be able to get here within time. So somewhere up in here, or here, wherever. That's where we have stored the 2 sea containers. And you guys chug along for 10 hours at 15 miles an hour in that trawler to get it down here to Tampa. And I'm sure that those 10 hours for Gavin are way different than the 10 hours for Graham. Graham is not having a lot of fun times on this boat, it seems like.
Are we all going back in the boat?
Oh my goodness, you're welcome to come aboard. She floats just perfect. That don't listen to that pop. That's just the engine turning over. She hasn't been turned over this much for a while, but she's doing good.
Yeah, I mean, I assume we're all going back on the boat.
You're
Do-
not gonna fly the plane back down?
Seems like a waste.
Okay. That makes sense to me. Stella's obviously gonna want to be in the boat. She's at home on seaworthy boats.
Out on the water.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit less so on this one. I think you missed the description of the boat.
No, I heard it. But you have to keep in mind, my main form of transportation is a 40-something-year-old airboat. This is luxury to me.
When was this boat built, Kizik?
Real, like, it's 100 years old. The keel is
Oh.
100 years old.
Okay. The keel is 100 years old, and it's been kind of like added on to over the years.
Every new captain adds just a little bit more, or takes off a whole side and replaces it because that one had too much rust on it.
Wow. And it's a steel boat, so it'd be like a really early steel, because that'd be like 1925.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking Prohibition.
Oh, this
like-
boat has seen some.
Yeah,
things.
like it's steamboats were standard back then. Yeah, that's cool.
This might have been built by White Star Liners.
It's like the original steel.
Yeah. Tell me about your bell, Mr. Gavin.
The bell is that's the only that and the keel are the two things that have been there the whole time. It's Gavin didn't like the bell, and he might have taken it off for his first voyage as captain, but ever since pulling it back up from the bottom of the water, that bell has gone back there, and it's just kind of Gavin thinks it's just a good luck thing, but it's real old.
Where's the boat? Am I?
Sorry, no, I didn't bring the boat out.
She's not out yet. Okay. I
Yeah,
just thought I was.
That's my bad.
No, I'm just trying to make sure I'm.
In my head,
following.
we're still on the 10-hour journey down
Okay.
from Suwannee. So
I'm sorry. I did not mean to rush you.
you're good. You're good. No worries.
Can I ask a question as the resident animal person? Did
Sure.
we offload Jennifer Lopez at some point?
I think she probably got. I mean, she's in the plane. So if you guys took her to Suwannee, you probably unloaded her at the warehouse.
Okay. So she's like in Marge's possession, or somebody has her.
Well, Marge would be in Tampa at the vault. You could leave Hennifer with somebody you know in Suwannee. Do you have anybody watching your house while you're gone?
The house watches itself.
There you go. The house can watch the chicken. You just
Yeah, there we
drop
go.
The chicken off. House just stands up with its own chicken legs.
Yes.
Stella has a 20-minute conversation with the crocodiles. This one is not food.
This one's
Yeah,
not
we
for
know.
you guys. And there'd be alligators.
Hennifer.
This is Hennifer. She's special. She's in charge.
She is now a higher authority than you, alligators. So this bell, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off because only Kizik is going to be able to hear it. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this.
It's secret message.
Forward. Oh, goodness. It's not going to let me forward it to you. Wait, maybe. Messages cannot be forwarded from age-restricted to unrestricted channels, because this is an age-restricted channel. All right, let me try this. Let me see if it'll work. It's going to be a little weird, but I'm going to try to play it on my end and have it play through my microphone. So let's see if it'll pick it up. I don't know if it'll do this. Nah, it's not doing it.
You try to just play a sound effect of a bell, because I could just go to my sound effect library and pull one that I have a license for.
It's not just a bell. It's a
special bell. It's a haunted bell.
It's a haunted bell. And hold on.
Ooh.
I'm gonna do this. Because
Ding,
I
ding,
don't
ding.
know if this will help either. This probably won't help at all.
I think you're overthinking this. You might just want to describe it.
I probably am. Can you see that?
Oh, the bell has sheet music.
Yes, your bell makes this song. Anyway, that's between me and Kazik, I guess. You'll be able to look that up because it's a real song. I don't know how obscure it's going to be because it's written for a carillon.
Hmm.
It's got a lot of parallel chords going on.
Yeah, this carillon's a little special. Anywho, as you guys are sailing back down south, the bell is making weird-ass noises. You're pretty sure that that bell should only make one tone when it's struck by the little hammer underneath it. And it's making all sorts of fucking tone and rhythm as you guys are sailing south. All right, that's the only
Wait.
weirdness.
We can hear it?
Yeah, you guys can hear it.
Oh.
It's like it's a really strange melody that is played by this bell.
One bell, but sounds like many.
Yeah, it sounds like probably somewhere in the 17 different bells. Anyway, you guys floated on down south. You guys get here. What's first round of action now that you're here with the cargo containers?
Does the bell ring the whole time?
No, it plays the
Okay.
song once and then it's done. Sorry, I should have said that at the beginning.
I was gonna say, if that's the case, the first plan of action will be some Tylenol.
Tell him to turn that fucking boat around. I'm done with bells.
It's far too many bells for far too long.
All right.
Since we've got the containers in the smuggler cache, let's go ahead and crack them open and see what's inside and, see what we can do with them before we decide whether or not we want to load them.
Well, if we open them here with the idea that we take what's in them out and take it, or...
No, we're just trying to see what's in them. Like, we don't know what's in here. We may not want to take it at all. It might be dangerous. Or we may...
Yeah, we should open them here instead of taking the whole thing out elsewhere, don't you think?
Yes, that's why I said we should open them here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we want to open them here. We want to see what's inside them. And then before we load them on the boat, we need to decide if that's what we want to do.
Okay.
Which do you guys want to start with?
The...
I didn't hear what Allie finished saying.
I didn't finish it. I was gonna say
okay.
the blue one, but I can't remember which one's the blue one.
The one with the safe in it, or the one with the weird stone paneled snake thingy?
Well, since we don't know what's in them, shouldn't it be a surprise?
Flip a coin?
Yeah.
Tabletop Simulator has coins.
Okay.
Here, I'll pull a coin in. Somewhere in here. Here it is. Components, miscellaneous, quarter. Let's blow this thing up.
All right. Which one's heads, which one's tails? I feel like the snake should be heads because it has a head on it.
Snake is mostly just a tail, though.
That's a valid point. I have trouble arguing with that logic.
I see both sides.
Snake is 3/4 tail.
I think snake should be tail.
Alright, so the snake motif is tails. Tails. and then heads is the safe.
Mhm.
All right, here we go. Oh wait, that's not how you flip this thing.
No, you got to actually flip it.
Oh, you know what? No. It's not rolling. This flip just flips it. Physics. Use gravity. Mass. You're gonna turn this down. Apply. It's floating a little bit better.
Flip just flips it. You got to roll it. That thing's dumb. Can I throw it in the air? Hold on, let me try to throw it in the air. Wow, nope, that does not work.
What if I just...
There we go.
Oop. Yeah, there we go. Flip it now. Oop, don't get it stuck. All right, go Stella. Flip
Is
that
that
bitch.
Oh, I don't
Flip.
know how to do it.
Just highlight like a dice. Flip it up there. Heads it is.
Okay,
So you're going after the safe.
that sounds safe.
Sounds safe. I'm gonna get a better coin. Anyway, doesn't matter. All right, so what's the deal? You guys want to cut this safe open? You probably have some tools here on the Siren's Lure.
I was about to say someone is talking about cutting it open, and Graham's already got like a duffel bag with like one of those gas powered saws you can cut a car in half with. And he's like, "What? I mean, we are gonna cut this open, right?"
We went on a side quest to a construction site and stole a saw.
Ooh, I like that.
I feel like this is something Graham would have just like had. Like he's secretly always wanted to be able to use it.
So zip, you're gonna pop this thing. Usually it's a locksmith roll to get a safe open, but I can go with. Give me an electronics. What is this? Monkey tool use.
Mechanical unrepair.
Yeah, mechanical repair. I'll take that.
I've got a mechanical repair skill. Just cut it open. That sounds right.
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't know if it's a 50. It's not fantastic.
I'll give you a bonus because you're being helped.
I don't actually need it. I rolled a 3.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And a 3 is a extreme success.
He's always wanted to use that. I could just tell.
You can hear the maniacal laughter from Graham over top of the sound of this gigantic saw, like just grinding through like hardened steel. He's having the time of his life.
Oh,
So- Go ahead.
well, should we be concerned that all those sparks are going right back at him? No, he's still laughing.
Nah, he's fine.
He's got
Or-
his safety squints on.
Yeah. We're absorbing so much joy from his joy that there's no room for concern.
Are you imagining this like a big spinning disc or like a bandsaw kind of thing?
Oh, you haven't seen one of these things?
I'm
Yeah,
like a
it's-
rotor saw.
Yeah, it's a big spinny disc.
Yeah.
Okay, you're talking. Yeah,
yeah,
chop saw. Gotcha.
Yeah, and it's the blade of it is like it's bigger than a dinner plate. I don't know how to. It's a good like 1.5 to 2 feet across, and it's gas powered.
I used
He's
one
got
to put a
his-
trench in the concrete.
He's got his safety glasses on, and then you look over at me and Gavin and Jasper, and we've all got sunglasses on.
And Jester's got his little safety glasses and a hard
Yeah.
hat. So you attack the hinges to the door and pop the door off of this massive blue safe. And inside, like the smoke clears a little bit, and there's like a dramatic sting, and then the light kind of like filters in, and there's money in here. There's a fuck ton of money in old silver and gold coins. Like, you should call Brian back. This is a fucking treasure. This money spans like hundreds of years. There's old European, or actually like countries in Europe. They've got their own specific money. Old versions of that. the coinage, it goes from a Roman denarius all the way up to like modern Sacagawea dollars. There's just tons of fucking money in here. There's also an X-ray in here, like one of those black transparencies. It's of a two-headed snake, and on the transparency, on like the X-ray part, it says Honduras, and it's written in magic marker on this X-ray of a two-headed snake. There's also a portable hard drive in here.
Jackpot? Well, we're definitely keeping this. Although, I suspect with all this money, we're going to want to manually load this on the Siren's lore and keep a lookout for anything that might have a transponder in it. Because, I wouldn't store all this without some way of tracking it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Find out what's on that hard drive. It's probably manifest.
Is that a X-ray of a snake with two heads?
Oh yeah, there's creepy shit in here with all the money.
You start pulling money out, right? You're not going to tackle the next box yet. Is that the plan?
Group decision on that, but I do think we should pull the money out and load it onto the Siren's lore and leave this container behind.
Yeah.
Definitely, we need some money.
And also, just my concern is now you've said there's some sort of tracker on it. If somebody is concerned, we should find that sooner than later, so before they find us.
Yeah, so we dismantle the container. Let's
Sure.
let's get let's get working on that because I have a tool for that job.
So you start moving stuff out monetarily. There's lots here. There's, like I said before, coinage. There's also some jewels, diamonds and emeralds and things like that, and like own their own little individual sacks. And the sacks are like made of old leather and things like that. But you guys move some stuff out of here, and as you're trying to clear it to find a tracker, that you find a black box. And the box looks like it's relatively new, and it's hinged on the backside with like a long piano hinge. But the box looks like a hat box, but it's made out of like really thick plastic, black matte plastic, and it almost looks like it could be a carrying case for like a DJ's equipment or some sort of like musical shit. But this box is in here. It's got a little latch on the front.
Do we open it?
That's up to you guys.
Are you
Let's-
getting?
Let's take it into the... If we're on the shore and this looks like woods, let's take it away from the boat and open it.
Can somebody give me a spot hidden on the box?
You holding it, or you telling me to hold it?
Well, I guess that depends on your spot hidden.
I didn't see shit.
Got a 86 out of 90.
Ooh, nice.
Here you go.
It's stamped in the black plastic. Maybe the light wasn't great at the very beginning while, you're going through the sea container. There's no lights in here except your little lights or any light that you bring in. So maybe it's one of those embossed things that you can't really see against matte black, but you look at it and it's a tree symbol, and it's got a bunch of like gears and thorns coming off of this tree. There's a big T in the symbol as well.
You guys see this symbol here? It's got trees and thorns and stuff. Have we seen us trees and thorns before? That might have been described to me once.
You have it in your notes?
Is this the thorn technology?
It is.
Is this could this hold the eyes of the snake that we're looking for, or is this something else that's missing? Or could this have held a gun that one time?
No, the gun we already have sorted out.
Yeah,
it's
we
the-
are looking for the eyes and the.
Yeah, we're looking for the dragon's heart, scaly
And
leather object, and we're looking for the eyes of the serpent god, small metal marble-like objects.
I shake the little black box. Does it sound like there's two marbles inside it?
So like I said, it's kind of the size of a hat box, and as you shake it, there's definitely something inside. It wobbles, like it's kind of heavy, top heavy.
Oh.
But it doesn't. It's not like it's coming alive or anything like that. There's something in the box, and it's a little top heavy.
Well, this came from the vault, clearly. We want to open it inside the container, or go to the woods, or just put it on our ship.
I think we should just take a few steps away from the ship and open it, just in
All right.
case.
Yeah, we don't want to hurt the science alert. That's doing good. Also, the bell made some weird noises.
Mm.
But
I didn't want to bring it up. It's not a criticism, but just something I noticed.
yeah, I never heard anything like that for.
It's
For a
just
long
one
time.
bell, but it sounds like 23.
Yeah. But we got something that's in a box. Maybe it's a heart or some eyes.
Yeah, let's see.
Take a couple of steps towards the woods, and I peek inside.
You unlatch it on the front, you open it up, and inside is a helmet with a bunch of like copper nodules. They look weird. There's some space for like bare copper wire at the top, and then there's also these 3 grooves dug in. It's all just a very strange piece. Doesn't really make much sense when you look at it.
Okay, that goes to the warehouse so we can ask about its providence. But until then, I think we should put it back in the box and continue our
Wow,
search.
that is stunning.
Stylish, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But very much one of those tech pieces, and it comes from that same, company that we had the box full of goodies for in the warehouse. This belongs in the warehouse.
Is that the only thing in the box?
It's the only thing in the black box. Oh, you know what? There's a card in here. Thank you. Just forgot. There's a business card at the bottom of the box underneath the hat, and it says Cicero Thorn. Built 6 months ago, whenever today's current date is, and it says built, and then it gives a date after Cicero Thorn, and then there's like a hand. It's a signature, done in pen, very calligraphic, whatever that word is. Flowy.
Cool.
I close up the box.
Yeah.
I look over at Graham. I say, "Hey, this is a thing for you, but we'll put it in the captain's part of the boat. I don't think they're tracking this. Maybe they are. I don't know. Did you find any trackers inside the other container?"
I mean, I was with you guys when you opened it, just in case things needed to happen. So, yeah, we need to go look for those. But as soon as we get all the goodies out, I'm going to cut this container into small pieces to make sure there's no hidden compartments.
Question, what was the name on the tag?
Cicero Thorn.
Okay.
Gavin didn't realize you had your gun drawn and pointed at the box.
We thought you were still going through the money.
I might have been on mute, but I was definitely there. I was cautious about that.
We were too. We took 2 steps away from the boat.
We stepped away from the siren. Jasper hasn't completed his explosives training yet, so explosive sniffing course.
So you've looked all over for a transponder. You don't find one in the safe. There, you've cleared out the safe and the safe crate at this point. It'll take hours to like cut everything up if you really seriously want to do that.
No, I just want to cut the C container, which won't be that thick, to make sure there's no like gaps, but there's no extra compartments outside of the safe.
Gotcha. Yep. No, the safe takes up the entire C container.
Okay.
It's a weird safe. So I think
we're rich, and now we're going to play with something that's going to hex us and kill us all.
You look at the other container, and there's a picture here that looks like it's a stone snake with some panels behind it. I went ahead and I simplified this. And what this is going to be is more complicated now because I just fucked myself when I tried to move everything.
That never happens.
I know, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a slide puzzle. And I know that slide puzzles... I haven't brought it out yet. I'm trying to get it out.
Oh, a puzzle, you say?
A puzzle, I say.
You know what? I was not interested in the snake, but you brought me back in.
So, this is how this is going to work. Bring it out here. All right, this is a slide puzzle. It's got your standard 9 squares. If you're not familiar with the slide puzzle. Oop, grabbed the wrong thing. Let me lock this so that doesn't happen anymore. So, as you walk up to this thing, it kind of like pulsates and ripples with a little bit of energy. And then one of the stones falls away, and you realize that the other stones in it can be moved around to create the complete picture. Once you've completed it, you will unlock it. It's kind of like a combination lock.
But they can only be moved into the empty space that's made available.
Correct. And you can move one at a time. And this technically, I took the full picture, and I took 30 seconds of real time to move things around. So there will be a lot of moves, just as a heads up.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys can work together here, pick up one at a time, and move it to make the picture happen.
I'm assuming that these two are supposed to be above each other and in the middle. You guys agree with that?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the lower right corner. This is the lower left corner. This is the upper right corner.
I'm looking at it like this is the down part of the page.
No, sorry. This is down.
Okay. Alrighty, that changes. So this is lower right. Okay, I got you.
I'm glad that I'm not like timing you guys.
Well,
There's no time.
That's also a good thing. All right, so we know this is most probably the centerpiece, correct?
Yeah.
Let's figure out how to move that to the center.
Oh, Gavin thinks you gotta start at the top and then end up with the bottom one right there. But put it in the center. And then make sure you get this one first so that the two centers are there. Mm-hmm. So pull that one straight down. Put those two over. Oh, it got backwards on Gavin. He's gonna say put those other ones, but that's these two fall around. Oh, to go into town.
Mm-hmm.
Allie's got this.
I'm helping. All right, where the piece that goes here? Oh, yep. Okay, yep. That's probably it. Okay.
Sorry, it's messed up and it's bothering me.
You have no idea when I was putting this thing together how OCD I was about it.
Gotta get this top piece
Yeah. Just give me a second.
And don't get mad.
Just throw it. Jeez.
I
Yeah.
don't need to. Okay.
So the piece that fell out, where'd that go?
That's gonna be the
That's
top
over.
left.
Say top left, that's here.
Yeah.
Allie is crushing it. If you just joined us on the band, Allie is moving the slide puzzle right along.
This isn't timed.
No.
No. I felt like that would be a completely unfair thing to do to you.
The water starts falling around us.
The water rises up as you guys are moving things around. The rain is just pelting down. It's raining snakes.
That's not funny.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got to take these all down, this up, and this goes back up.
Yeah. But this needs to go back down too, so.
Look at Gavin mapping things out.
This needs to be here. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. But this piece needs to be here. And this one needs to go here. So, like,
That's what I was thinking. Is we may have to make a circle and rotate it. And lift that up, pull that piece in. This is a good puzzle.
it is.
When we hit like a frustrated point, let me know, and we'll do an idea roll, and I'll give you guys a hint if you need one. But I don't think you'll need one. You guys are cruising right along.
Well, shit.
No, I think you're onto something.
You are. You just need to keep doing steps so that it circles all the way around the 4 squares.
So this, no, hold on.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she was on it. You gotta like go through. It's almost like a figure.
So you want to rotate these this way now. Right? Maybe not that one. Maybe now, yeah. And you're gonna have to rotate another circle, maybe these pieces.
Uh, uh, Try it, because I'm not quite understanding what you're saying.
Alright, so I had it like 2 steps ago and then we got lost. So you move them in quadrants and you rotate them. So, and you just drop off the pieces where you need them to be. Ultimately, the top left is going to be empty. So this rotation will have to be the last one you make, so that the empty spot ends up here and everything else lines up. So if this rotated down in this direction right now, for example, this would be its final stopping point, but we need this piece up here.
Yeah.
So the only part I'm getting fuzzy on is, I guess we have to rotate this piece now. So we'll need to do this, and then this, and then rotate here, 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 here. Rotate, and that up there. That needs to be an empty spot at some point, so it has to be rotated here. Need to get that back up there.
This is really good content.
I like it. Actually, no, I think this is really good. But I'm weird and I like this kind of stuff.
It's one of those. Chris and I were talking about this the other day. How do you convey a puzzle in the
tabletop world? Yes, and I'll be honest with you, this slide puzzle is very similar to a puzzle that I was going to have you guys work on. It was more language than slide, though. I really like this, and I may reuse something like this idea for some of the vaults.
Yeah, man, have at it. There's a bunch of different ways you can do slides, like 9, 12. There's tons of options.
Yeah, I mean, my variation on this was to have like either a letter or math puzzle. So if you do it like math, it's like you have a number and you can put a number in and it will spit out a number. And the ultimate goal is to take all the numbers you have and make them add up to something. But every time you put it, like your number, into a piece, it changes the value. So all the pieces have to add up to a certain equation, and you keep getting, like, you put in a number and you get back a number, and ultimately it only fits one way. My problem with that is that I was worried that the human calculator in our group might look at the puzzle and be like, 3 moves, checkmate, done.
I would zone out. Yeah.
That's what Allie's doing right now. She's about to school us all on the slide puzzle.
She fucking got this, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very close.
It is like you said, it's a combo lock.
This is driving me nuts.
You got this. Snake is hand drawn.
Snake is hand drawn.
Yeah, I didn't use AI to do this.
You made those beautiful rocks and everything.
I put that on a background. Like I imported the snake on top of the rock. Oh, it's so close.
No. Put that back. Slide this over. Now. Oh, no, we're missing these two.
Yeah, I need to flip these two.
We just get there, cut it out, and put it back in. Flip it.
You mean that, like,
You
hey,
wanna
you
try that?
used to solve the Rubik's Cubes by peeling the stickers off and putting them on the right way? Oh, man.
No, I don't.
Oh, the sound of them switching places makes me happy.
Okay, so they were when I did this. I loaded this up yesterday. I was going to do this. I loaded them in as tiles instead of tokens. Just as a heads up, this is what a tile sounds like when you're. Hold on, let me get an image. I think everybody would have gotten driven crazy.
We heard it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's awful.
Okay. I just need you two to switch.
You want to work on it for another 5 minutes, or you want to roll something and we'll just switch them? And it'll be like an idea roll that Stella worked on this thing, got it in her head, and figured this shit out.
Well,
You
I'm
know which ones
pissed.
you have to switch.
I think we should give her another minute or two to work on it.
But don't rush her. She got it. Her eyes haven't turned black yet. She got it.
Move.
Ooh. Feel like you've got it, but I feel like you need to rotate this one around
Yeah.
and then leave this gap open to bring that part down. Now you're gonna, now you're gonna have to rotate that. Okay, now that one side is done,
Yeah.
so now we need to start rotating these parts. This is the part that goes here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so and this needs to go in the middle.
Yeah.
So what if we rotate this part so this part is here first? I was going to go the other way. I was going to rotate counterclockwise.
You want to go this way?
Yep, keep going. Keep going. We're going to need to rotate this so that the empty spot is here. Yeah, rotate this like this. I don't like that part. Because in order to move this here, when you switched that top piece over, I think we lost the plot a little bit there. I think that was my mistake. We shouldn't have done it that way. I think we need to rotate. That part needs to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do gotta leave that piece there. But we have to rotate them some way, somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So what if we do... forgot which piece these be. I think that's that piece. So I need these over top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, still doesn't work. You are sure this is solvable, correct?
Yeah. You're going to have to move the ones you already have in place around to make the spot that you want to go move to where you need it to be. So like a snake, they all follow each other around.
I feel like we shouldn't move a diagonal piece off the edge. And my reason being is because for the final move, well, the second to final move, the penultimate move, we are going to have to move something from the middle. Like, we need the empty spot in the middle. We move everything around it. We're going to have to move things in and out that way. Like he said, we're going to make a circle. So... I don't think we should move the corner pieces because they can't be moved in an up, down, left, right movement. When we fill the middle piece in to move our pieces around, we should move one of the up, down, left, right pieces.
Okay.
Damn. Okay, so what if we... This piece ultimately has to go on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
This piece ultimately needs to go in the middle.
Now put that one in the middle, and then chase the whole thing around.
That is what I was thinking, but I'm not sure if that's going to leave this.
Yep.
And like, now the middle piece needs to go into that gap.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And then this piece, we have to move them all back in order. Is that the way it works?
Go backwards now.
It didn't slide in the way I thought it was going to. Don't. Freaking computer. Okay. That piece ended up where it was supposed to. Yet that piece ended up somewhere else.
Yeah, but yeah. I don't want to solve it for you. That's. Oop.
I was about to say, just let Allie take another crack. We can tag team this.
Yeah, that's true. You almost got it.
I think we've pretty much got it figured out. It's just a matter of sliding the right pieces at the right time.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Look, Captain Obvious is my middle name. Kizzy, you could also take a crack if you want. I'm not trying to monopolize this.
He's very strong it.
Yeah.
I don't know that this kind of puzzle is well suited to Kizik, actually, from some conversations we've had.
Oh, this isn't visualization. This is just making the things go into order. Once you get them in the right order, you just gotta go circle, circle, circle until they stop.
All right, Kizik, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
We understand the mechanics of the puzzle. That's
I understand go circle, 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 but I am not picking the right circle, circle, circle pieces.
Oh, it's so close.
I gotta calculate real hard now.
I would take an equal joy into watching him just snap it into place as I do him having the revelation that it's harder than his explanation was.
No. Damn it.
You gotta chase it with more.
It's got to go all the way around the middle.
Yeah, it has to go all the way around the middle like a snake
Yes.
in order for it to be like backed up in there. Right. So then when you get to this point. Oh. We need to rotate this way around. And then go all the way around again. And I've got the solve for this thing, and I'm still fucking it up.
If the GM can't solve it, I am gonna say we need a dice roll.
Yeah, I agree. No, we need to go this way.
But it's also my biggest dread of the upcoming puzzle-based campaign. Is God, I hope I don't give you one that I can't solve, and like you guys bang your head against the wall. It's like one of my biggest stresses of designing these dungeons.
Well, I think the strategy is correct. Just at some point, somebody made a fatal move.
Yeah.
And it was probably me.
Not so sure about that. There were two
so.
or three times that I was like, oh, I fucked that royally.
And Stella would get it real close. Sorry, Allie would get it real close. And then
I would come in and fuck it up. I think you just, need to rotate those.
Yeah. It's still one of these.
Yeah.
And you got to chase it around. But we will go ahead and just swap them. You guys did an excellent job.
Yay! Good puzzle.
Sorry, it got frustrating there at the end. So this is the whole thing. And as you guys slide that last piece into place, they kind of like fold up and accordion away. And inside, the first thing that you're going to see is a jar. It's a big glass bubble, and it contains
Snake.
something icky.
Mean like
Okay,
snake.
I want to prepare you guys for it, but go ahead and roll me your sanity rolls
Snake.
for the first time tonight.
Knife combat.
You want to roll your knife combat?
35. You want lower
I don't
than your
have it.
sanity score, right?
Oh shit!
What'd you get?
A 1
One.
Oh, wow. Good job, man.
on your sanity roll.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm
you
okay.
passed it.
I feel like that was a waste critical. I feel like that should be for his knife combat score.
I got a 77.
77, you say. Is that a pass or is that not a pass?
No, that's a pass. My sanity is a 90.
Oh, good.
Holy shit.
I am very sane.
I'm
You're
not.
very sane.
I'm
You're a swamp witch.
I'm not. I've seen some
Listen,
shit.
when you're a witch that lives in the swamp and talks to the gators, you have to be connected with reality.
I don't think that's how that works.
Did anybody fail the sanity roll?
Negative.
Okay, that's good. Because this thing starts tapping on the inside of the bubble as you guys open the doors, and it leers.
Oh, absolutely not.
I
Yeah.
grab the big rotary saw and crank the handle.
Burn. All right.
I hate it, and
You want to attack it?
no. No.
I do look at Stella and Gavin because I didn't fail my sanity roll, so I had peace of mind, and I'm just like, eh?
Man, it looked like a salamander to me. But I got my big old knife out right beside you.
It looks like a human snake hybrid. is what
No.
it looks like.
It looks like no.
Yeah. Sorry. If you absolutely want to kill this thing with the big ass chop saw in your hand, I'm all for it. I just need you to roll an attack.
While that is my instinct, that does feel hasty.
It does.
Kill it with fire!
And I haven't failed my sanity roll, so let's just say that I am ready to, at a second's notice, use this thing. And obviously I don't have stats for this thing, but I'm imagining that if I touch it...
Is the bubble sealed?
Yes.
Okay. What happens if we touch the bubble?
It's hard as glass.
Oh.
You want to try to commune with it?
I mean, it's tapping the glass right back at you.
Okay.
If I on the glass, does it steam up?
No.
What if we wave at it?
It licks its lips with
Well,
its snaky tongue.
I'm uncomfortable.
There's other stuff in here.
Stella, you're probably the only one with the ability to talk to this thing.
What if I put my finger on the glass on the opposite side of where he's touching the glass? Like an ET moment, but with glass.
Okay. And then you want to roll a clairvoyance?
Sure.
I think this is nice. Other than him in the glass, there are some books around. But this is basically the inside of a safe that you guys recognize. The whole thing is like ancient stone, and it's
So that's an 80.
edged. An 80 out of
84.
Ooh, just made it.
So we're just gonna be able to have some communication. Is there not a name tag on this bubble?
No.
Damn it. Hi.
You feel a greasiness grip your psyche as the voice bubbles
I don't
into
like
your
it.
head. And it says, "Hello." Will you let me free?
Absolutely fucking not.
That is unacceptable.
Who are you?
Actually, he has no name, so like that's a really weird question for him.
What are you?
An experiment. I am nothing more than a tortured plaything for the master.
We can kill it.
Okay.
Free me. You will free me? As your blade thing comes down into the glass bubble, sends up just shards of glass and what liquid was inside of the bubble.
What kind of attack roll is this?
It's I could take a fighting brawl if your fighting brawl is really good.
No, my fighting brawl is not, but it's
Guys,
it's
we don't-
fine.
melee. Do you
We
get a
don't
melee
have
skill?
to kill it. It's just that is my instinct.
No, I was already on the edge. It had one last chance, and it didn't convince you to say no, Graham, don't kill it. That's not the words that came out of your mouth, and therefore,
It doesn't have a name.
You could name it.
Well,
okay. I rolled a 50. My fighting brawl is 25. I will spend 25 points of luck to kill this thing.
Okay. I'm down. Okay.
Gavin is waiting for the glass to explode to just stab the thing that's sitting right there in front of him.
So between the two of you, you can get this orb cut open. The liquid pours out, and the blade of the chop saw rips into this thing as the knife from Gavin comes over swinging, and you end this life, this pathetic, degenerate thing. All right, there's some other stuff in here.
And there's some gore. And there's some gore now.
Yeah, there's some gore too. It's something you might want to catch on fire when you're leaving. There's
I like the idea.
of catching it on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, don't
Stella,
worry,
there-
we're going to burn this whole thing down anyway.
This sounds like a job for my magic lightning.
Go ahead.
We got an RPG, right?
We have 3 rounds for it, too.
That should work.
All very true things. Stella, there are 2 books inside of this ancient stone carved safe that you guys have opened. It's a huge ancient codex that's bound in scales from like extinct serpentine creatures. So it's like a flesh book, but it's made of like flexible yet indestructible scales. The text is written in a language that none of you guys know. It's like a combination of glyphs and flowing S's and kind of like script. When you
By
open
any
it,
chance, parcel tongue?
it's like Cthulhu's parcel tongue.
Okay.
A little bit of meta. It's called Nacal, Naacal, and it's the language of the serpent people. When you open this book, it radiates cold, so it's a little magic infused book. It's going to take a while to read anything out of it. Nothing that you can glean like today. There's a second book that's not bound in snakeskin. It's a worn, dusty scrapbook from like the 80s. It's got red, orange, faux leather cover. It's cracked. The corners are all peeling, showing the cardboard backing underneath. And inside of this scrapbook are 25 translucent pages containing large, very well preserved sections of human skin. It's covered in tattoos.
God.
Many of the tattoos are variations on the same theme. It's a red and white snake wrapped around a skull. The preservation's perfect.
The same kind of tattoo we cut off the guy we got saved from the hospital.
Yes, 100% that exact same tattoo. I know that none of you will actually like touch any of the skin inside the translucent pages, but basically there's the skin on 25 translucent pages, and then there's there's a newspaper clipping from the early 1970s, and it talks about the Corpse Corps, which was a motorcycle gang that terrorized like the Massachusetts area in the 70s. Also in this box is a Native American pipe tomahawk. It can be used as a weapon in war, but also you can smoke it or smoke through it during times of peace. It looks to be from like the 17th century. It's not actually a great tomahawk pipe, and it's like exceptionally blunt and tarnished with age. So you got the Nacal book, the book with tattoos, the weird degenerate human thing that you guys have now killed, and
How do you
the
spell
pipe.
Nacal?
Naacal.
This weird hybrid human snake thing, how big is it?
Probably about 4 feet long.
Whilst they were looking through the books, could I have been like splaying that to try to figure out how biologically it worked, and especially looking to see if its eyes were marbles instead of regular eyes?
Yeah. You want to cut it open?
Yeah, like a biology roll. Figure out what it is and how it got to be the way that it is.
Is your biology or is it natural world better for you?
Natural world is better.
Give me a natural world. Does anybody want to help him do this?
I'll help him. Begrudgingly.
I've got like actual gloves on because I know not to touch things because I don't want to have another really cool guitar artifact that I always think about. I got a 54 out of 78.
Okay, so you start cutting into this thing, and you're doing like this field side autopsy. You're pulling things out of it. You're doing, well, it's not an autopsy, it's just dissection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had
We know how it died.
8th grade
Yeah.
biology.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I guess you want to look at is the eyes, right? That's the thing you mentioned.
Eyes and heart, those are 2 things we're looking for.
Yeah.
All right, so you peel open laps of skin that were eyelids and start digging around in the skull. And sure enough, your hunch was right. 100%. The missing relics, the ones that were described in the vault by the codex, are here in this thing's fucking face.
Both the leather dragon heart and the eyes of the serpent god?
You cut open its chest, and there's a rock, a leathery rock inside of this thing's chest cavity.
All right, snag it and bag it and tag it.
I need a bag, a real bag.
Yep, I've got the evidence kit. I will go ahead and give you the... And also, I like the blanket state. We were all wearing gloves. And, and they are from the warehouse.
Warehouse gloves.
Yeah. And yeah, we're going to put these in our specimen containers. These are the objective. We're definitely going to take good care of these.
Just a question for, and I hate to ask this, how many pages of human tattoo skins did we have?
25.
I was going to ask if there are any names or anything on them. Like, is a page labeled for a name?
No.
Okay. So, you guys feel free to, workshop this with me, but I say we burn the skin tattoo book and everything else that's left in here that isn't an artifact we're supposed to take with us.
Am I able to, detect any sort of magical residue on these skin pieces?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe hold off on that.
Okay. Let me ask a question for you then, Stella. What are we going to do with these if we don't destroy them?
Well, I'm trying to remember what we did with the one we cut off of Steven. We destroyed that,
We destroyed
right?
it, yeah.
And that got him out of his funk.
Yeah.
You also hypnotized him.
He did, but he was not being controlled, so
hypnotized him so we could cut the thing off.
No, we cut the thing off in the truck. But he was so afraid of everything that had happened. But I feel like if he still had the tattoo, you would have been able to hypnotize him. You hypnotized him to help him overcome his fear, not the control that the tattoo gave him.
Cut it off when he was still unconscious. That's
Yeah. So I think that cutting the tattoo off is a prerequisite. However, if they're in the book, they're not on a person.
Yeah.
Oh, the tattoos all exactly the same, or are they a little bit different?
They're variations on the same theme, which is the red and white snake wrapped around a skull. All of them, the preservation is perfect. And the tattoos are colorful and they're vibrant. The flesh looks almost alive. And if you touch any of it, I need to know because things happen.
Gloves. We're all wearing gloves.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm hesitant to just destroy it.
That's why I want to destroy it.
Well, I kind of want to know what happens if we touch it. Is Brian still here?
No.
Brian's my friend. I'm going to go get the RPG.
Okay. What about the pipe tomahawk? Who grabs that?
That sounds artifacty to me, but it might just have been a memento that this creature had. You said he had books. It sounded like he had a little library in his bubble.
This creature did not have books inside the bubble.
These,
There were 2 tomes outside the bubble.
so it's outside. Okay.
Also, if nobody calls dibs on that tomahawk pipe, I'd like to hold on to that.
I feel like that should come with us, and I'm definitely gonna take this newspaper clipping with me.
I feel like the tomahawk pipe is probably artifacty. We should definitely have Silas and the people at the warehouse take a look at it before you put it to your lips. I feel like I say as Gavin is about to try to smoke it.
Yes, actually.
Gavin was spinning in his hands, like trying to decide, am I going to chop something with it or smoke it? Well, both are good options.
It says right here in my notes, the first person to pick it up gives it a quick clean and discovers the axe head has an astonishingly intricate design featuring a large, winged, and feathered snake.
Oh,
You immediately want to smoke through it. Immediately. You're like, I have cigarettes. I'll just break them down. I'll put them in this pipe and we'll smoke this fucking shit right now.
But I heard don't smoke it.
You didn't just hear it. My hand is physically over the part you put your lips on.
How about you hold on to that for me?
That sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna put it in the biggest evidence bag I have.
Okay.
Can I just touch one piece of skin?
Sure.
Jesus.
I just want to know.
Give me a sanity check.
$22.
So that's a pass.
Yes.
You're still going to take 1 sanity loss as the cold flesh underneath your fingers, like through the gloves, you can feel it. It's cold. The flesh squirms and ripples like you tickled it.
The goosebumps form on the page.
It's not a page, it's skin. Yeah. Goosebumps.
And Gavin, where are we with that RPG?
I'm gonna get right on that. Let's take the artifacts back and we'll store it on the boat, and I'll get the RPG. I'll bring back some gas cans. You want to help me get some gas cans?
Yeah.
You
I
still
just
reading that book?
I didn't glean any info off that, I guess.
No, I think you're rather lucky not to be possessed right now.
Yeah, well, you know.
It seems... Oh, I'm sorry, Allie. You're right. There should be a little bit more magic detection. The tattoo itself is tied to like a strength-giving kind of magic. Trying to remember the exact wording, but it's basically like it's a power symbol that's been tattooed into someone's skin. So you would think that someone with this tattoo might have increased strength or some sort of ability, maybe even like
To turn into a
gift
giant
from the
snake.
Could be. All right, so you guys are going to go scorched earth on the stuff that needs to be scorched earth, and you're going to take the artifacts and relics back with you to the vaults underneath Samuel L. Davis Cigar Factory. I think that this is a fantastic time to say congratulations. You guys have beaten the snake season.
Yay!
You're done with snakes now. Unless you guys want to follow up on some snake-related shit, but I'm not going to stop you from doing that. I'm just going to let you guys do it. There is still Franklin Sharp, the super wealthy father of Stephen and Ethan, and you guys have to figure out what to do with Stephen ultimately.
Oh, we're richer than he is now.
You're very wealthy. That's true. So let's reflect a little bit on your progress. Let's do a level up. Have you guys marked any skills that you've succeeded in over the past season?
Just mark them if you succeed in them.
Yeah, this is Pulp Cthulhu, so we mark them if we succeed.
Yes.
Well, I have succeeded. No, that over the whole season.
Yeah, since our last. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have checked some.
Yeah, I have checked.
If you haven't have them checked, but you remember rolling, like, oh well, I know I did a natural world, and I know I did a swim. Anything that you've succeeded in, go ahead and roll against it. So basically, this is just like our luck skill. You're going to roll that D100 against your skill level. And if you make it or are under, you don't get anything. But if you fail this roll, you get a D10.
You don't get anything if you pass.
If you make your skill, or under, you don't. Yeah.
Okay. If I used luck to pass, does it count?
It's not supposed to technically count if you used luck.
Okay.
But if you pushed the roll, it still counts.
What about power?
Did you pass a power check?
I passed one power check to hide my guitar from somebody about to find it.
Okay. So let's think about that when we go into sanity recovery.
Son of a bitch. I'm rolling like a fucking champ now.
That's the worst time.
Oh, there we go. Oh, good. I really like to upgrade. So when you fail one, how much do you roll?
It's a D10. You get that.
It'll be a 1. It is bad. Too bad, though.
I got a 2.
One D10 for every fail?
Yeah, and you'll get that back in skill, or you'll gain that in skill.
Okay.
Ooh, 9 back, Kizik. What skill is that for?
That was for spot hidden, so I went from a 90 to a 99.
That's absolutely ridiculous. This is Pulp Cthulhu. You can get over 100 in a skill through leveling up. I'll just make that spot hidden. Like, in order for you to pass it, you're going to need a hard or extreme success sometimes.
I'm going to have to fail it with a 100 next time.
Maybe. I mean, in order to fumble it, yeah.
Ah.
Okay.
Hold on.
You guys didn't know any better, but I'm gonna get some meta stuff here for you. The Ethan Sharp in the very, very beginning of this season, in the prologue, he had a relic inside of his body, and you killing Ethan and dumping him into a barrel and putting him out in the Gulf of Mexico set off a huge chain of shit, which culminated in the other 2 relics getting stolen from the vault and a worldwide relic hunt for 7 serpent relics. They are scattered throughout the world, and this you're going to get from the Serpent Book, the one that's written in Nakal. Over the next couple months, we will learn from this book. If you guys don't want to read from it specifically, you'd hand it over to the vault. The codex will codex it, and there'll be research done, if you guys want it to be done. But basically, this was all about these 7 serpent ritual and 7 relics of the serpent. And you guys had 3 of them in your possession for most of this. I'm sorry. There were 3 of them that we were talking about for this story, mostly. There was the tongue that was in Ethan. He could commune with snakes. And then there were the eyes and the heart. And, you guys found out where they were.
I want to point out, and it is on stream if you want to go back to review it, that during the you need to fail your rolls part of the leveling up process, I rolled not 1, but 2 1s.
Oof.
Fucking shit.
Awful.
Fucking shit makes me so mad. I couldn't roll those if like our lives all depended on it.
Right, when you really, really needed it.
Graham, here's your moment to save the whole party from certain destruction. What did you roll? 100.
Yep.
I found a weird snake human in a bubble and went perfectly normal.
Yeah.
I bet the
it's
eyes
fine.
are inside that shit.
I need to cut it open.
I thought they were going to be in there, but my mind did not immediately go to the body. And in hindsight, as soon as you said it, I was like, of course that's where they are. He said he was an experiment. Like, that was good thinking, but I didn't immediately think of it. Anyway,
Anybody try to learn anything from the tomes? I think I need to ask that before I do the sanity recovery.
Negative.
I thought those got blowed up by an RPG.
They're about to.
Oh, you left both of the tomes?
So we took the axe pipe thing in a bag with us, but the skin book and the book we couldn't read, I wanted to leave in there.
Oh, good deal. Okay.
I mean, Stella could have read those, but
No, she couldn't have because he said none of you can read them.
Not right
But-
now.
she's Stella. She just turned her fingers black and eventually she started hissing at a book.
Yeah, she also
Yeah.
wanted to touch the obviously.
Wait. What happens if I roll a 69?
That's a super ultra uber success, so whatever you wanted to happen happens.
What if what I wanted to do was level up?
Yeah.
Then you get a D10.
Yay.
Get a 69 added to
You
it.
get 69 points added to it. It's the one time you really, really want to roll the 69 and turn skill up.
But I can't go over 100, so
What skill is it?
psychology.
You can go over 100. It's basically you're always going to pass that roll unless I make it like an extreme success in order to pass it. I'm still going to make you roll. It's just going to get harder to pass them, I guess. No, easier to pass them, but more difficult check. Yeah. All right, let's talk about sanity regain.
Okay.
Each of you will gain 2d6 sanity points.
At 7.
This happens in a 4-week downtime period between now and maybe you guys talking to Brian again to get some information about that map. Or, maybe you're tired of Tampa and want to go back to the warehouse. You guys have a month to basically ground yourselves. Stella needs to get her driver's license, I think. You guys could get Marge back from the vault, and somebody could go and hang out at the warehouse or the vault. It's up to you guys. Whatever you guys want to do.
Make sure Silas gets his cancer treatments.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can make sure that happens.
Find that evil Kevin and blow his brains out.
So it's the rolls that we pass, we get a 1d10.
No, it's the rolls we fail.
Yeah, the skills that you fail during your level up, you
It'll-
add a D10.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think tracking the evil Kevin down, that's coming back. I don't know if you want to do that within this month, but
I mean, if I could just wave my hand and make it happen, I would like to, because for Graham, that he's like realized he made a mistake, and that's a mistake he intends to fix. He also now sees Kevin more like a monster from the warehouse more than a person. So he's not going to have any qualms about just ending him.
yeah, that's good to know. During your 4 weeks, you will track him or attempt to and realize that he's not gone to the winds, but he's really way more difficult to track down than he should be. And I think he's going to be a main villain coming up. So that information will help you going into the next season. But I can't just hand wave you kill Kevin.
Okay.
It's going to become a thing. All right, so no one wanted to learn the tomes.
That's way too cool of a fate for a Kevin, by the
way. This is the evil Kevin.
Yeah, but like that's too cool for if someone doesn't show up to our sessions. I'm just saying.
You said to talk to you when we're regaining sanity to roll against power that I passed 1 total time.
Si, senor. All right, so you got the 2d6 sanity back, but you passed your power roll. So what's your power score right now?
I didn't roll power, and I didn't roll this 2d6. So do you want me to do all of those now?
Roll the 2d6 for sanity.
Get 5 back.
Sanity regen. Okay, you got 5 sanity back. How much did you lose over the course of this adventure?
5.
So you're back to normal. As a Call of Cthulhu GM, I'm not doing a very good job of driving you guys insane and keeping your scores down. But
that's because that's not fun.
It's it's way more fun to do it this way.
Okay. I did my 2d6 roll and got 9.
Nice. So you're going to increase your sanity score by 9.
Okay.
Your Cthulhu mythos, Gavin, is going to go up by 2. But then that actually takes your sanity down by 2.
That's not a cult. That's its own written-in thing.
Yes,
it's its own thing.
And every point in it you get, you lose a point of sanity.
Yes.
Some secrets are better left secret.
Yeah, 2's better than a 0, buddy.
2 plus 99 luck equals I can pass.
Yeah, look at it like that. That's a good way to look at it.
I thought you couldn't spend
all of the luck.
I thought you couldn't spend luck on sanity rolls.
Not on sanity, but on a mythos check. Like a mythos is just an intelligence roll.
I don't understand what I'm saying, but there's a guitar and it is shredding.
You are shredding. Is that what you do during your month? What do you want to do during your 4 weeks?
I want to get the ship back up and running. I want to go out into the middle of the thing. I want to catch some fish, and I want to play some guitar off the back of the boat.
Oh, you can spend 10 luck to have sanity loss, though. I need to remember that later. My sanity's not great. It's a little bit better now, though.
See, that's when you see something like the Master, if you ever run across him, and it's automatic sanity loss. Like, even if you pass, you're going to lose, 12 sanity. It's some stupid, ridiculous number.
12 is really scary.
Yeah, because you'd hit your breaking point and go temporarily insane.
I wouldn't.
No, you would cut it in half, go to 6. What's 1/5 of your intelligence score?
Intelligence score 5th is 15. That is not an accurate sheet you're looking at. That is That's not even the sheet I had in episode 1.
It's 1/5 of your current sanity anyway. That's not even your.
Yeah.
I asked the wrong thing. It doesn't matter. Once you hit 1/5 of your sanity in a day, you can go crazy. That's where I need to hit you guys. Right?
The insane marker on mine that on the autofill page doesn't seem to adjust when I adjust my current score. So I guess I need to manually calculate that.
I mean, insane is 1/5 of your total sanity.
Total sanity. So that actually never changes.
Your total sanity? It does. My current score is higher.
Your current score just went up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's your new sanity now. It's 1/5 current sanity.
And it doesn't auto calculate, so it absolutely changes.
Roger.
So you have more than 40 sanity?
Yeah, I've got 59 sanity right now.
Man.
Is Gavin the least sane?
Gavin has 38 sanity.
All right. Well, for your 4 weeks of rest and relaxation, I'll give you another D6 sanity increase. It's like you going to talk. You're talking to Mother Nature, getting it all out of your head. What does Graham do for his 4 weeks?
I thought he was hunting Kevin down.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You're hunting Kevin down.
That's therapeutic for him. I mean, he's also definitely going to go, like, he's going to be checking on Silas and making sure he's going to those cancer treatments.
Okay.
And he's gonna start off with, "Hey man, I'm really looking out for you," but he will go to, "I will tase you if you don't go."
No, Silas will go. He had a rough go of it. He definitely needs some help. Somebody's gonna have to take him to and from, but he'll go to his lung cancer treatments. And it seems over the 4 weeks that he's doing better. He gains a little bit of weight back, which is nice to see in someone like that.
Can I go find Hector and bring him out on the boat so I can get him some experience and like make him a real man?
I like that idea. Go and get
Aw.
Hector, the lovable chubby goof, and take him out. He's never been on a boat before, and this is a big boat. He likes it. He really like mimes that he doesn't know where things are. So he's like holding his hands up. He's like, "What do you want me to do? Where can I go? Where do I sit?"
I see him getting on the boat, and I say, "Hope you know how to swim."
Oh yes, sir.
The boat's not gonna sink. You just stand right here by me. We're gonna get way out in the ocean. We're gonna put the nets out. We're gonna look at the stars. Like it's gonna be fun. But don't stand too close to that. That's the hook that's gonna throw you in the water real fast. Also, don't stand too close to there. I dropped some oil there the other day, and it's real slippery.
Oh god.
Also, if the pumps stop working, you got to bail.
Yeah. Here's a bucket.
That bucket's only got 2 holes in it, so it's my best bucket.
What does Stella do for her 4 weeks?
She's gonna get her driver's license.
Ooh, nice. Cruise around the town. And you have 2 cars. One's wrecked. But
Yeah.
you have 2, technically. So you get your driver's license and then just kind of like chill in Suwannee?
Yeah.
Okay.
You invited to come fishing if you want.
Well, I might go out on the boat a few days.
I was about to say, do we all take a fishing trip during this 4-week gap?
Sure, we can.
We have like one of those, montage scenes of us all on the boat, bailing water.
One of you's bailing water, the other one's like cooking on a grill in the back, and maybe we'll like zoom out. Let's do this one more thing. Allie and Archon, I need you to roll one more d6 for sanity replenish for your 4 weeks of down and relaxation time.
Just 1d6?
Yeah, it's just 1d6.
Let me not click that curve then. There we go.
So we'll have that montage of a fishing trip with Hector and the 3 of you on the Siren's Lure. Maybe Goose is there, Marge is there, Silas is there, and you guys are out having a great time. The weather's fantastic, and we pan up with our camera. We're about to fade to black. We know that the movie's coming to an end, and then that fucking creepy bell starts playing, and that's how we'll end this. Congratulations, you guys made it through season 1, the snake season of Florida Green. happy for you guys. Now we can focus on not snakes.
Yay!
Ghost bells and guitars.
Ghost bells and guitars.
Treasure hunting.
Yeah, treasure hunting. I'm definitely down for that. You guys down for that? What do you guys want to do? What do you think you want to do?
I like treasure.
I like treasure. I'm enjoying being a warehouse agent.
I like puzzles.
I like the puzzle. The puzzle was good.
Maybe
We will
some
do-
magic.
Magic. Okay.
Or some mysticism.
All right.
Hijinks.
Jinx.
Less of this thing.
Less of that. Yeah, I agree. I know that. I didn't even see what you were pointing at, but I knew what you were talking about.
I mean, the thing about Cthulhu is it's always about creepy monsters.
Yeah.
Or Snader Geeks.
Snader cakes.
Sometimes we make our own Snader cakes.
What if the real monsters were the Snader cakes we made along the way?
Ooh, can I find that American pipe? Native American pipe? That's an okay thing to smoke now, Silas?
It's not a really good idea there, son. I wouldn't be smoking. I've smoked for a long time. I think it's a bad idea to smoke at all now.
Plus, this one will turn you into a snake.
Well, no one really knows that for sure. You're gonna have to try it if you want to. Yeah.
How about not? How about we lock it in the warehouse and keep Gavin as far away from it as possible? He likes to play with the toys. He's not supposed to.
Roll me a luck.
Me?
Yeah, you were handling it.
Oh, that's not a 39 out of 99.
All right. You smoked that roll instead of the pole. I really wanted you to do it. I'm not gonna like meta and tell you what happens, but you see some shit.
Yeah.
That plus my guitar that makes me the rock star of all.
Yeah, I was about
dude.
to say, like, poor Gavin just can't stop touching things. Although, apparently Stella's taken after it because she's like, it's obviously something terrible and magical to do with snakes, but I can't help but say I want to touch it.
I just want to make sure I have all of my information.
Curiosity
Yeah.
killed the cat.
I mean, that's how, like in Pulp Cthulhu, though, that's how you would learn a crazy cool spell, like Animate Dead or Time Gate or, I don't know, something weird.
How I would do it is find a expendable NPC and get them to touch it first.
Ooh, I'm still friends with that lady. Do you still have that lady's phone? We should probably throw that into the sea. The venomous snake lady?
Oh, yeah, we definitely should do that. It's part,
So
of, it's part, of, part of our fishing trip.
Yeah, Sonia, I think Higgins? No, Harper. Sonia Harper was the model looking one that you guys had her phone. But then you guys did have the phone number for Ramona, the lady at the alligator snake world. It was Gatorland's Snake Land, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you still have Ramona as an NPC to pull up.
Also, you said very specifically from Earl the bartender, that one's got some venom. And I've been like toiling over those 3 words to go, does he know that they're snake people? And is she a venomous snake?
I would wager the answer to those questions in order is no and yes.
Yeah, I don't know what Earl knows. You'll have to talk to him. It's too late now. We're done with snakes. Except if you want to hang out with Ramona, she'll have one.
So,
you gotta get your gator hat
The gator hat from
from
Gatorland.
Ramona. She makes
yeah.
hats for gators.
Oh yeah, I do have that. That's another part of my 4 weeks back to Gatorland.
Oh, nice. Okay,
That,
so
that is like my Disney World.
You go and hang out with Ramona. Ramona had the weird tattoo on her arm of that boa. It was
Yeah,
a python.
she was making Jasper a whole wardrobe, and
Yes.
we've got to go pick that up.
She'll have them ready for you. So that'll be part of that montage too, is Jasper trying out all these new little cute outfits and hats.
Oh, I love a makeover montage.
Any last minute commentary for the stream there, GM?
I think that's it. We can wrap it up. We did all the things. Yeah, and we did 4 weeks of downtime. Oh, you know what? Look into gaining a new talent. If you guys want to check out Iron Will, Deadly Aim, or Quick Healer. Those are 3 really good Pulp Cthulhu talents.
Do we get a talent for leveling up?
So, no, not technically, but what I wanted to say was maybe in this 4-week period of downtime, you guys can work on getting one of those talents. Like, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
No big deal.
I'm going to make a note in my book. Need to look at adding talent.
Cool. And we will start season 2 of Florida Green next time.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed the conclusion to Chapter 1. We'll see you next time.